So they number one thing when I came in. Building, keep it rolling like that.
Good.
Start, keep them here.
Is it live? Can you see it on there?
Yeah.
We just started live.
Yeah, you'll for check it out. Everything looks good.
Right.
What about on Facebook?
Are those coaches?
Is it on Facebook?
No.
What is it?
That's not that.
John Fine
It's not
Productions.
me.
John
Fine
Fine
Productions. Have them enjoy it. They come and they see that.
That says it's streaming.
I think it's terrific. That's outstanding.
No, this one's everything but go live.
Okay.
For Facebook.
Hit go live. See if it's,
That's right. It's great. She knows what time it is. This your third year? Or this is my third year.
You on live right now?
Yeah, we got Coach Cab on that. Oh, awesome. Yeah. I might come up and listen.
Live Facebook is
This
good.
how real pro does it. I talk like this, but we put those, I might go mute.
On YouTube is good.
This is not. Usually when you push the space bar, that moves over.
You can change with that right here, yeah. Whatever you this, you can change down all the order.
But it was going from here to here.
I think whatever you put up on that second screen should be your.
Oh, is that it? He's out right now.
Yeah, if I put that on there, you're still going back to that one.
You know Coach
So
Covington?
it's not.
Oh, yeah. It's going on good. How you doing? Hey, Mitch. I just can't wait to see if you get coach at
The junior high coach.
So right now,
Camera on that one? Should we have the
We're
camera
going up
ready
with
to
the
go?
lid on it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't tell me.
I tried to tack on an extra score to get.
That's the thing, it's only doing this area here, it's not
Hey,
doing
Mitch,
this.
this is Brian Soto.
Which
Brian
one is
Soto,
Brian?
Coach Covington. Mitch is an announcer. Brian is going to help us out.
This is supposed to go to here, and it's just not.
Yeah.
It's just doing that. It's
It's up
supposed
to
to go
me
from
to
that
win the
to
game and
that.
find out who gets that junior high coach win.
That's what y'all are going to do. We'll see how Mitch does on the air first. That comes as part of the evaluation. Right. Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to another edition, another week of Denham Springs High School football on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. It is week 4 of the season, and tonight the Yellow Jackets will play host again this week to the Franklinton Demons for a non-district matchup. I'm Josh Ward. Great to have you along with us for the Sport and Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sport and Center, your local sporting goods store, proudly serving Denham Springs and Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sport and Center, they have everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sport and Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Last week from Yellow Jackets Stadium, Yellow Jackets improved to 2-1 on the season with a 40-0 win over Liberty. It was another shutout for the Jackets defense that seems to be getting healthy at the right time. For Denham Springs, it was John Goldman getting his first start at quarterback in a very nice showing and a great offense performance by R.J. Johnson out of the backfield, scoring 3 touchdowns on the night. Tonight's opponent comes to Denham Springs from Washington Parish in a return trip after the Yellow Jackets won a close one last year in Franklinton on a Thursday night. The Demons, now under the direction of first-year head coach Nick Saltafamaggio, are 1-2 on their season. Lots of close games for the Demons, and last week they would lose to Fountain Blue by 1 point. Kickoff is coming your way about 7 o'clock, and as always, we have a great show lined up for you. It's going to be John Fine and Denham Springs girls basketball coach coming up in just a bit. That is Coach Rudy Smith, and that will be followed by Coach Brett Daird's interview, our weekly chat with the coach. Always a pleasure to have him with that. And then we'll get you ready for kickoff here with Mitch Covington stepping in, and we'll get you Mitch's keys to the game for this contest here tonight. We will take our first time out. When we come back, I will be joined by Mitch right here in the booth. It's the Sport and Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Back after this.
John, I got to keep up good friendship with Rudy, because the last girls basketball coach is now coaching junior high football, so I gotta never know what Rudy might be doing in a year.
No, don't say that.
I think the problem is it's too straight.
No.
That should be it.
That doesn't matter.
So you did. I ended up finding a way to prison.
There you go.
did my depth charts this week, man. First time this year. I'm on the ball.
We're going to see him. Oh, good. On the bus.
We on the air yet? YouTube?
You got some microphone on wrong somewhere.
Sorry.
or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub. If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans. SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsignproductions.com are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, La Casa Casino, Coconut Lily's Daiquiris, Sport Clips, Buddy's Barbecue, and Safe Voyage Tattoos. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. I'm Josh Ward, now joined by Mitch Covington. Mitch, last week, Yellow Jackets 40-0 over Liberty right here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Talked about that in the open there. John Goldman getting his first start at quarterback. Looked very good, very composed. Was the word that we went with last week. So after a week to kind of look at it and think about it some more, what do you really feel about it?
Well, I had a good chance to go back and watch it again a little bit on film and just kind of see if what I originally saw, if kind of agreed with what my first thoughts were. And I came away feeling a little bit better even than after what I first saw. Did a really good job of, finding the right receivers. There was a couple routes out there early on that he had a choice of one or two guys, and he was making the right decisions. There was the one turnover, one ball he kind of threw up downfield early on in the game. Liberty was able to make a play with it. But other than that, I think I saw his final stats were maybe 10 for 14 or 9 for 13 for like 150 yards with 2 touchdown passes. We had a great 2-minute drive there at the end of the first half and got the ball down the field where he made a good scramble to pick up a first down. Then we get another first down and took a deep shot downfield to McBride, who went up and made a great catch. And so saw a lot of good things. But as I heard Coach Beer talk about at times as well, though, it wasn't just a John Goldman show. I mean, the offensive line really had a great week last week. And just that's been a makeshift line. We talked about it a lot this year. That first game of the year, Mandeville, man, we just kept getting hit with injury after injury, and that O-line took a big hit. Well, they got their first start with a new look O-line against Glen Oaks, and then last week, and that was the second week out there, and they really looked strong and did a great job opening up holes for R.J. Johnson and Hudson Byers, and those guys had a good run game last week as well. So it was a total team effort on the offensive side of the football, and so that was just a great building block as we step up a little bit more in competition here. The first 2 weeks kind of after Mandeville, the next 2 weeks we kind of got our feet back underneath us and kind of getting everything back on track with a new offensive coordinator, and then now here we go with another step, a little bit stronger competition today. So I'm interested to see on how the offense will respond. Well,
with R.J. Johnson and the night that he had last week, I know was it his brother that you were joking about?
I did keep talking about
the thing. So RJ gets his, it was 3 touchdowns, ended up being his total.
His brother
the
night before had 3 touchdowns in my junior high game, and then RJ matched him with 3. So RJ's got to match him again. We had 2 touchdowns this week with his younger brother, 2 touchdown catches. So let's see if RJ can get 2 on the board for him, or maybe 3 or more and take the lead.
Well, we talk about RJ Johnson. Obviously, it was a big part of he was the show last week, kind of. I mean, it was the R.J. Johnson show, but you talked about Hudson Byers, and when he was able to come in and give R.J. a little bit of break, it kind of kept that running game going. So, as Coach Beard called it, it's kind of that thunder and lightning, which we're used to seeing here at Denham Springs. So to have two powerful backs like that, but there's just so many people that are getting involved on this offense right now.
And that's part of early of the year, Jamboree, first week, we kept talking about some of the things. Even when we were behind in the Jamboree to Walker, even when you were behind the second half to Mandeville, you had to keep trying to find guys, find the right pieces to the puzzle, what's going to fit within the offense this year, which linemen are going to have to step up and get the job done, which backs fit well and are going to see the holes and fit with the offensive scheme that Coach Caskey has brought in with this. And so all that's been building toward this, and we've shuffled probably 3 or 4 tailbacks in there at times early in the year, but the last week it really looked like it was, Byers is kind of our passing game kind of guy in the 2-minute offense. He's out there, a quick scat back out the backfield, and then RJ's really bringing the power and the thunder of running between the tackles. And like you said, RJ, I believe, only had like 13 carries maybe. It had 100, almost 20 yards, 115, 120 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, and so on very few carries. So he was averaging 7, 8, 9 yards a carry. He had a great week. Defensively,
we obviously know with Mason Varese and Sean McBride in that defensive backfield, some other of those spots, so they're trying to figure out. I think linebacker play we've seen as getting improvement, and I think Coach Beard is putting a lot of emphasis on that. He's saying if we're going to be successful, those linebackers have got to be playing well.
And then, now I didn't hear the conversation you had with Coach Beard, but it would make sense that the Jamboree and the first week, linebackers really in the run play. Like we were the running game on defense, like we were kind of not strong up in between the tackles there. And Walker was able to get some running yards. Mandeville found some running room, but they've kind of shored that up a little bit the last couple of weeks. 2 shutouts going back to back right here. We know what we have in the secondary, but we need those guys up front. Those linebackers, like I said, stepping up in there, stuffing the run game as other teams try to pick up a few yards on first down, and they've done a great job of that the last couple of weeks. Now, having said that, I've mentioned before, Franklinton's going to be a little bit of step up in competition. Last year, we had a great defense. We really believed in that defense. They were super most of the year, but Franklinton's going to spread it out, like as far as they're going to be a 4 wide, 5 wide. They're not going to be sitting in 2 tight end formations with 3 backs in the backfield. They're going to spread it out, and they're going to attack you. They're going to throw the ball vertically, and even last year with that great defense, they found some holes, and they went in a couple weak spots, and we got a little bit of a shootout there in that second half, and they made some big plays, and so I expect to see that again tonight. They're going to take some shots downfield on the secondary. So even, maybe not on McBride, maybe I'm not on Varese, but they went at them some last year and took and challenged. But also the other guys in coverage are going to have to step up because there's going to be 4 or 5 receivers out on each route, and it's not just 2 guys that can cover them. So some of the other secondary guys need to step up. Rancher Miller, I'm looking forward to tonight, see how he's going to handle it. And then, like you said, the linebackers, they're going to be able to help stop the run game as we're backed off a little bit, trying to keep some of these receivers in front of us.
And quickly here before we get out and make room for Coach Smith and John Fine, to this point in the season, where have you seen the Yellow Jackets improve the most over this stretch that we've seen so far?
Well, the stretch of the last couple games, I think the biggest improvement, of course, has just been the offensive line kind of getting together. We mentioned last week just how strong the running game was. It wasn't just R.J. Hudson Byers had a good game as well. Jean, as the sophomore quarterback last week, didn't take a lot of sacks, right? So there wasn't a whole lot of pressure. A couple times he had pressure. He was able to kind of avoid it a little bit in some areas. But the offensive line has really started to come together, and that's going to be a key as the season progresses to try and be able to move the football and keep getting first downs. And so, defense started just a little bit slower than we expected. That was going to be the side of the ball we expected to kind of lean on for the first part of the year until the offense got going. And the first Jamboree and the first week of the season, that didn't come true, but they sure have stepped up big with the back-to-back shutouts.
All right, so we will take a timeout. When we come back, it will be John Fine with Denham Springs girls basketball coach Rudy Smith. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Demons here from Yellow Jackets Stadium. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsteinproductions.com are brought to you in part by Poliop Restorations, Shea Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Tailway Campground, Adam Smoke Shop, Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. My name is John Fine, producer of Denham Springs High School football broadcast. Denham Springs and Franklinton to kick it off at or about 7 o'clock. Right now we are joined by the girls basketball coach of Denham Springs High School, Rudy Smith. Coach Smith, thanks so much for coming on tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Mr. John.
Coach Beard said that when he was looking for a girls basketball coach, one name, your name, kept on coming up. Everyone had positive things to say about you. So don't be modest, but what makes Coach Rudy Smith the coach that he is?
There's a lot of things, I reckon. But I'm going to start this with, I hate to say this, I'm going to sound like Forrest Gump, but I'm not really a smart man.
Okay.
But I feel like I outwork other coaches. I think that's what the kind of the secret of my success is. I put a lot of time in, and I try to convince my players to match me with that time. You know, I'll never deny a kid a minute in the gym, extra minute in the gym.
Hard work and clean living, huh?
That's right. That's right.
All right. I got the hard work down, Pat. Still working on the clean living aspect of it. Did you have to change the culture when you first came in? That's a cliche, but when you first came in, this will be your third year. Was that one of the first hurdles you had to overcome?
I don't know if it was change the culture or just something. I wanted the kids to fit my style. My style of play is I want to play aggressive, and I want to run up and down the floor, make other teams feel uncomfortable with our pressure-type defense, man-to-man. And you have to kind of have the athletes to play that if you want to succeed. So I kind of have to start early and build those kids into something, start with the young ones, into little, maybe better athletes, faster and stronger, and maybe a mentality of, hey, we're going to eat like lions when we step on the floor.
Speaking about starting out with the young ones, we were talking off the air about a big part of your program is getting to the kids who are not with the Denham Springs varsity team, but the junior high team, the middle school kids, and talk about what that entails.
Oh, yeah. We actually started an AAU program my first year, two summers ago, and it's primarily for the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that are coming up through the middle schools here in Denham Springs. We can practice them a couple days a week during the summers and during springtime when the basketball season's over. get to know the kids, offer them a chance to play some basketball in the summer, and let us coach them. It's more of a fun, get to know their family type thing. The goal is to keep them loving the game and improving, working on their skill sets, and seeing that we have a good thing going here at Denham Springs.
And also keeping them loving Denham Springs, because there is an alternative. Some of the better athletes end up going to private schools in the Baton Rouge area, and that has to be a key for every Denham Springs coach, is to keep their talent at home.
That's right. That's right. That's what I can probably tell you the name of my every kid that's from 6th to 8th grade coming up playing basketball and girls basketball in Denham Springs, because I want to get to know their families. I want to keep them coming here. I don't want to have to. I don't ever want to think about recruiting outside. I just want to keep my kids here in Denham. That's the ultimate goal.
Good for you. I know, like myself, you were very impressed by LSU assistant women's basketball coach Bob Starkey, who spoke at the Denham Springs Athletic Association meeting this past Monday.
Yes. Look, I think that guy has probably forgotten more basketball than I'll ever know. But just listening to him speak, he's really impressive. I'm looking forward. We're actually going to go see the girls practice. LSU team practice, their first practice Monday. We're going to take our girls, check them out of school at noon, get on the bus and get up there for 1 o'clock and watch their practice.
One of the more intriguing points he made was about former Jackets great Katrina Hibbert, a member of the Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Fame, member of the state championship team. And he was mentioning, as far as Katrina is concerned, she does not have a David Thompson-like vertical leap by any stretch of the imagination. And then, to sort of burnish that point, Coach Starkey indicated that it was a 4-to-1 ratio. Mind over athletic ability make the greatest players. And I found that fascinating. First of all, what he said about Katrina, who was just an incredible player, both at Denham Springs High School and then at LSU, and then about the 4-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, very impressive, and reminds me a lot of what I've got here at Denham Springs. We don't have the size. Katrina was a big girl. I want to say she was 6 foot, 6'1". We don't have any 6-footers, but she had to play with her head. He actually said she might have been the slowest foot person. She had the slowest feet of anybody he's ever coached, but maybe one of the quickest minds. To negate the slowness of our feet, and that's kind of some things we've fought over the last couple of years, and we've tried to build up.
I hear you're very close with your assistant coaching staff.
Yeah, I've got my longtime best friend as my assistant coach, Mike Stevens. He's his 3rd year. We were friends. Probably met each other in 3rd grade. Played ball all through high school and through college. And then my wife is new with us. She's going to be our assistant coach. She's going to handle some of the girl stuff and a lot of the paperwork and maybe the stuff that you got to use your brain with.
Now, was she the best person for the job, or was there nepotism involved there?
Oh, for sure, she was definitely the best person for the job.
All right, there you go. Fantastic. Coach, give us a review of the 2022-23 season.
Sure, we had a great regular season. Overall, regular season record. We ended up 24-3. We had no losses in the Hornsby gym. I want to say we were 12-0 in Hornsby, and came up 2nd in the district. We lost the last game of the year to Walker, and they ended up winning the district. Then we came to playoffs as the number 6 team in the state, and ended up getting upset. Lost to Slidell in the first round, who was a 27 seed, and you can't tell by my voice, but I'm so ready to get back on the court. I know football season's here and it's just starting, but I'm really ready to get back on the court and erase that last game against Slidell. We've been going at it since.
I'm sure your kids are too, huh?
That's right, that for sure. So they have bought in. They've put in the time, and we're just ready to roll with it.
How's your summer program?
Summer's been great. We played at Woodlawn Summer League. We ended up undefeated, played a lot of teams in Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas. Ended up playing at Southeastern Team Camp and at the Southern Team Camp, played a bunch of really good talent, and really hit the weights. The girls have gotten stronger and bigger, and last year we didn't have a senior starter. So everybody returns. Everybody's a year older, a year more experienced. things are looking good for this year. I'm excited about this year.
Do you have a starting 5 as of yet?
I do not. I have a starting 7. To be
well,
honest.
if you get to play with 7 players, then maybe you can win 24 games again.
That's right. That's right. Well, we switch it up almost weekly. We sit, the coaches talk about it before the week starts, during the weekend, and we talk about, okay, who are we going to move into that starting lineup? It's a lot of times about who's playing better together. It's not always the best 5 that's on the floor. At key times, it's the 5 that are playing best together. And right now we have 7. We're looking for number 8 and 9 right now.
Do you like to play 9 kids? Is that optimal?
I do, just because of the style we play. Like I said, we like to press the entire game. We like to full court man-to-man, and we like to run and score quick off of those steals. It's a style that kids seem to love to play, and I love to coach.
All right. So tell us about who the starting 7 is right now.
Sure. We'll start with the seniors. We'll have Olivia Slack. She's our team captain. She's about 5'8", a very athletic, heady player, great range from about 12 to 15 feet. Can shoot it from anywhere. But she's that locker room presence that keeps everybody straight. She's actually started the last 2 years, so she's going to be experienced. She's the strongest girl at this school. I think she lifts an unbelievable weight. I wish I had her numbers. The next one would be Jalissa Cabrera. She's also a senior. She's about 5'5". I wish I had the heights, but she's about 5'5", and our best defensive player, fastest girl on the team, and she can guard a point guard. She can guard a center. We challenge her on defense because that's her strength. Ella Wilson is the other another senior. Probably not a starter, but definitely somebody who comes in and can knock down the outside shots. She has unbelievable range and a very underrated ball handler. She can dribble the ball real well, sees the floor well, smart kid. The last senior that will definitely start was our leading scorer the last 2 years. Her name's Reagan White. She's not a big kid, but man, she plays like a lion. She plays hungry, and she's a little left-handed guard that can shoot it from here, from wherever, outside the parking lot. She can shoot, and she has a very quick shot. So even bad shots that she shoots, most of the time I'm like, oh, wow, that went in.
Yes kind of deal?
Yes, definitely. And I've got a couple of juniors. My daughter, Taylor Smith, she's returning. She was an all-district player for the last 2 years and all-parish. She's kind of get us into our stuff. She's a 5'10" point guard. She's been in the gym her whole life. Couldn't help it, but she knows the game. And she's a good little leader. Jaden Vaughn is another one. She's also long and rangy, about 5'9", can play good defense, can shoot from outside, and she's really improved. Came in 2 years ago as the weakest girl in the program. Now she's number 2 behind Olivia. So she's bought in, and she's going to help us out this year.
Who are some of the contenders for 8 and 9?
I'm going to tell you my best 2 players.
Okay.
In my opinion, right now, the way they've improved, I really love my 2 sophomores. Preya Nelson, she's about 5'9", 5'10", left-handed, muscles, beautiful girl, but just muscled up. I love it. Like, she is an intimidating force. As a freshman, she played, but she just didn't have that look that she has now, and she's really been working. She is going to be a force to be reckoned with. She puts extra time in every single day. She's going to get some great things that she deserves. She's a great player, great kid. The other one is Kennedy Lindsay. Kennedy is probably our most improved player from last year. Another sophomore, played a little bit as a freshman, but she's going to definitely get starting minutes this year. She's going to start a lot of games. She just deserves it.
Okay, the secret to your success? Mitch Covington coaching your girl way back when, right?
Well, he coached my oldest daughter. She was not an athlete at all, but he coached her in a little summer league and really made her look pretty good. I don't know, he did a great job at hiding her talents or no talent, But I think they won most of their games. I tell you, Mitch is a heck of a coach. It doesn't matter what sport you put him in.
Heck of an announcer as well.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thanks so much.
That's Rudy Smith, head girls basketball coach. I'm John Fine. Denham Springs and Franklinton Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm continues. Josh Ward and Denham coach Brett Beard after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
It's fun. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Remember, local and loco when you think of Maria's Mexican Restaurant. Local and that the Abarca family is from Denham Springs and has been serving great Mexican food at Maria's for almost 40 years. Loco means crazy, and you'd be crazy not to eat at Maria's. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas, my amigos, it's all great at Maria's. So be local and don't be loco by eating at Denham Springs High School graduate David Taco Abarca's Maria's Mexican Restaurant, Florida Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of James Drug Store.
Your local authorized steel outdoor power equipment dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment. C&M Outdoor Power has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965. Known for their quality outdoor steel equipment and tools, C&M Outdoor Power will expertly service everything they sell, and C&M is here to answer all of your questions. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, your local steel dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment Sales and Service, corner of Florida Boulevard and Cuban Road in Denham Springs.
Personal injury?
Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Denspre, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the law office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets hosting Franklinton after a 40-0 win over Liberty last week here at home. That win improved the Yellow Jackets to 2-1 on the season. I'm Josh Ward, and we are now joined by head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Brett Beard. With it being homecoming last week, Coach, there can often be a lot of distractions for a team, but it looked like your guys did not have that problem at all last week.
Yeah, look, and I want our kids to partake in homecoming. I mean, that's part of high school. That's part of those 4 years you get to experience. And and I let them dress up during the week and explain to them you're not a very good football team if you can't dress up during the week and it affects the way you play on Friday night. But ultimately, our part of homecoming is winning a football game. And I thought they prepared well last week, even with everything going on. And I thought they handled business quite well.
Coach, it's always interesting how some officiating crews operate, and it seems like last week kind of off to a weird start with that one, as there were several players for both teams being sent to the sideline. Is that something that there was an emphasis put on it, or was it just that specific crew kind of seemed to be on that?
Every crew seems to be a little different. Our Nike pants run a little short, and everybody has that issue to where the knees sometimes have problems being covered. And some officiating crews like to be a lot more stern about it than others, and a lot more stern about little wristbands and little details that others don't so much worry about. You just got to know the crew you have. I thought we were fine going into it. I thought we were properly equipped, like they asked me, and I guess I missed a couple of things.
It got the game off to a weird flow, but things kind of settled down after that. It's unfortunate when you're looking for that tempo and the game starts off that way and it just can't get that tempo going.
Yeah, it's all part of it. I tell them all the time, you can't point fingers. You can't, you can't blame somebody else. You can't blame the refs. You can't blame anything like that. All you can do is go harder. You get your assignment and you go execute. No matter what's going on around you, you just got to weather it. Let's settle in and see what we're dealing with, and let's move on.
Well, once y'all did settle down, you
took it from the 21 and just really controlled every aspect of that drive, and you punched it in at the end there on that one for your first score. And your starting quarterback, John Goldman, looked pretty composed.
Yeah, sometimes these young bucks, when they get their opportunity, you would think nerves or something like that would affect them, but really they're very calm. I mean, the pressure is not near as intense as some people would think. And I thought he's handled it quite well. Especially that we didn't know he was going to be the starter till Wednesday evening. So you talk to him on Thursday and get his mind right and get him prepared to execute on Friday, and he did just that. I thought he blew me away with the way he executed the first drive. But of course, you got guys like R.J. Johnson are playing at a high level right now. Tylen Haynes, the kid we got to get the ball more to when we do throw the football. That all kind of came together, and it was really a great first drive, and most importantly, we finished.
Yeah, and I think with Goldman, one of the things that I thought of is sometimes when you just don't know any better, you play. I mean, you just go out there and play, and it seems like that's what he did.
Yeah, with youth and inexperience, that's what I've told people. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you're going to take your lumps and your bruises as you grow and you learn how to play the game. But sometimes the youth and inexperience actually just they don't understand the magnitude of the situation they're in. So sometimes they can outperform the dude that is prepared for it because some people's nerves are different than others. And I think our kids are handling it. Are they having growing pains? Yeah, we started slower than we would have liked. But you can see the growth week in and week out, and that's ultimately what it's about.
You talked about the run game and R.J. Johnson. The last couple of weeks, he's really been picking it up, and I'm just really impressed with his patience in the backfield, but he's also a hard-hitting running back too.
Yeah, he's got that slippery little slide, that little jump cut, and then has really been working. We've been working on getting him north and south a lot more because he is a big bull. When he makes that decision to go north and south, he can get downhill, and he can be a great fit for this O-line as they're young and learning. And really, the kid has always been special. We knew he was, we knew he was a good player. You saw glimpses of it last year. He's just in a very heavy backfield, a very a heavy, talented backfield. And now it's his turn. And I think you're going to see, or what you saw Friday night, you're going to start seeing a lot more going forward.
There's some drives where it's just all RJ, just really moving you down the field. Obviously, he has to come off and take a breather for a minute. And Hudson Byers and some of those other guys who are stepping in are kind of giving him that good relief right there.
Well, it's almost like the thunder and lightning. Byers kind of gives us that slasher that can take the top off, that can beat you, with his leg, to where, Brenton Paul's kind of a good mix of both. Daigle's kind of the lightning. He's another one that can beat you with his legs. Brian Coleman, who's going through some things right now, is another big, part of the Thunder package, I guess you would say, with the big body, the big battering ram. But they really all complement each other quite well. And, RJ's going to lead this up, and we're going to ride him.
When we look at the defensive side for you, Coach, 2 shutouts in a row, obviously got to be very happy about that. But first week kind of banged up a little bit against Mandeville. Second week, you had to do some shuffling around. It seems like the defense is starting to gel a little bit and starting to get healthy at the right time, and you're seeing some really nice improvement from week to week from them.
Well, people forget that it takes patience. I mean, we lost a lot of dudes in the box there as well. Our strength, we all know, is our DBs. But if we can't score points and stop people in the run game, you don't even get to experience the strength of our DBs. So, our box was lagging behind a little bit because of youth and inexperience, and had lost a lot of key guys, a lot of key leaders. And you can see really what's happened the last week or so is our middle linebacker play has gotten a lot better. And that's all that is reps and getting comfortable and trusting the D-line, and the D-line trusting those guys behind them. And, it's starting to come into place. Excited to see their growth and where we're going.
You talk about that linebacker play and just how important that is. What do you credit that to as it getting to where it is right now?
Well, it just takes reps. You just got to, you can't see enough, different down blocks, zone blocks, pulls. And then you just got to get comfortable with your fits and trust in your eyes. And that just takes time. And I think our guys really are, even you see it again this week, like they're just starting to kind of hit stride and feel really good with their reads.
Coach, I got to give you and your staff some credit here on this one. I thought what a great use of your timeouts towards the end of that first half, knowing that you had to kick off to start the second half. Magically how you worked that out there. And, we've been a part of some games where clock management and timeouts weren't used exactly right, and it worked out to our advantage. But great coaching by your staff to take advantage of those and just timed it out perfectly, and we're able to punch a one in there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, when you see the offensive guys finally starting to gain a little confidence, I gained confidence in them, and they just had that look. They started to. I listened to them. I listened to those coaches on the headsets. They start figuring out some things. And, at that point, I knew we had 2 timeouts left, and we were going to get the ball back, and we got to stop. And we have some dudes that can go get the football. When you go to that dog personnel and you see McBride and Brees, those guys in the field, we're a different offense. I thought at that point, Goldman was settling in nicely. And I just wanted to take a shot. Like you said, we were kicking the ball back to him at the second half, so we might as well just take a shot. And it did work out. And a lot of it has to do too. You can see the offensive guys getting confidence, but I want them to understand that I have confidence in them because I know they've gone through some lulls at the beginning, and they're working through some things. And Coach Caskey's learning to coach high school football and is going through some growing pains. I want them all to know that no matter what, I still have confidence in them and think we can do some things really special.
All right, so the Yellow Jackets get the win 40-0 over Liberty on homecoming night from Yellow Jacket Stadium, and we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will look to Franklinton. It is the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Back after this.
Your locally owned full-service dry cleaner in Denham Springs is Quick and Handy Cleaners. Quick and Handy Cleaners can expertly handle all of your dry cleaning needs with friendly Livingston Parish hometown service. Quick and Handy Cleaners, family owned and operated by Scooter and Kay Keene, and serving Livingston Parish for 50 years. Quick and Handy Cleaners at 397 East Railroad with locations in Walker and Watson. Quick and Handy Cleaners.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe.
However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life, so whether you're hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes of Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well.
So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets getting set to take on the Franklinton Demons. I'm Josh Ward. We continue our conversation with head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Brett Beard. Coach, Washington Parish, Franklinton, those places have some special meaning to you in your coaching career. That's kind of where you got started, leading you to Denham Springs now.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I cut my teeth. You know, Shane Smith is now the principal, was the head football coach there that hired me. I've always loved that blue-collar, hard-nosed mentality that they have in Franklinton, Washington Parish. I've always loved the people up there, and I hope to continue that relationship with them for years just because I love they make us better, and I think we make them better. And, like I said, it was my beginning, so it just kind of brings back some good old days when I was young and learning how to coach.
When we made that trip last year, it was quite a game. Ended up 28-20 win for the Yellow Jackets. Kind of became a shootout in the second half. It was a really good game for Denham Springs moving forward in that season that we had last year, but two different teams this year. As we look to them now, obviously the biggest change with Franklinton is Coach Shelton Margio coming in from Holy Cross. He had a very successful stint at East Jeff and then at Hineville. Denham Springs played him when he was at Hineville that year. They went to the state runner-up. So what do you know about Coach Sauce? Obviously, he's had a pretty good track record where he's been.
Yeah, one thing I know about him is a defensive guy. So sometimes when you go against a team that's got a defensive head coach, their mentality is a little different. They're a little more hard-nosed. They're a little more aggressive. Not taking anything away from offensive coaches. It's a different brand of football when you have a defensive head coach. And I've always kind of seen Salt from afar and thought he's done an amazing job. I really don't know the guy, but I have all the respect for him. I mean, he's done some great things at every stop he's been. And I don't see this one being any different. I think he's got a great group of kids that kind of fit his personality. And in time, he's going to get that thing probably as good as it's been in a long time.
I know when we had talked in the past, you said sometimes it's not always as easy for Washington Parish to bring in some coaches. So I thought that was a really good hire for them to be able to get him in.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great hire. I really thought the last few dudes they've had have been really great football coaches. Sometimes it's timing in those guys' lives and fit and everything else. But, they're able to lure some big names, and it's got to get a chance to put together a good staff, which they do have struggles with. Because, the old head coach is, still on staff. Which is kind of a rarity. But those boys are homeboys up there, and, it poses a challenge. But I think if anybody can do it, it's Salt.
So as we look at Franklinton, they do come in at 1-2 on their season. But, Coach, looking at their scores and their season so far, they've been in a lot of fights here. So it looks like to be a really well battle-tested team coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium.
They beat Covington, who was a 5A playoff team. They got beat by Fontainebleau, who is an up-and-up 5A football team that's doing some good things, that seems to be getting better, that they got a new staff. The thing is I don't hardly get wrapped up a whole lot in, scores and records and everything else, only because there's going to be no outcome in our game, especially with our youth and experience. Like, I'm so worried still about us that some of the details I don't really pay attention to with Franklinton, except for I know they're going to be well coached. I know they're going to be hard-nosed, and we're going to have to play a great game to beat them.
As we look at the Demons on the defensive side of the ball, they've kind of been up and down there, but you can see that they're getting better each week, kind of like the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, discipline. I tell you what, you're going to look at some pretty DBs, Friday night. They got some dudes that can run. They got some dudes that can cover. They lost a big-time linebacker last year, but the two dudes in the middle now are doing a very solid job. D-line is aggressive, and they're going to be very sound. They don't seem to want to do a whole lot. They just want to be really dominant in what they do, and they got some kids that can do that.
Offensively, with Salt being in his first year, I know he's more of the defensive guy, but what do you expect for them on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, they got dudes that can run all over the place. I went and watched them in the Jamboree, and I got to see them in person, played Parkview, and one of my kids I coached at Franklinton is now the head coach of Central Private. They were playing before, so I was able to go see him coach and then turn around and put eyes on Franklinton. And the one thing you notice is, they got some kids that are good looking. They got some kids that are physical, but they got speed everywhere. So they're going to spread you out. They're going to put you in position to have to make plays in space. They don't seem to be taking the top off as much as they did last year, but they are getting dudes open underneath with some screen games and doing some different things to get some guys open and just letting them use their legs and beat you.
A few clips that I saw from the Fontainebleau game, looks like they got a pretty good run game.
Yeah, the little running back does a great job. Again, he's just another piece of those 3, 4, 5 guys they put out there that can all go. They're getting better. Franklinton is a good football team. Excited about this test, and again, it's about us. About us doing our job, being disciplined, being where we're supposed to be, and got to tackle.
Will we go back to saying that linebacker play will be a key part to your defense being successful against them?
100%. 100%. And we got to score some points. We want to be able to use the strengths of our DBs. You see what happened the last couple of weeks when we forced people into throwing the football with our guys. You see some big picks and some pick sixes and creating some big turnovers. And, we got to do that by scoring some points and, winning the clock battle. Start putting those guys behind the 8 ball instead of us.
All right, speaking of scoring some points, that will bring us to a couple of questions about you offensively. I know injury updates. Where are we at with Jerry Horn, who will be taking the first snap at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, Jerry's had a great week. I don't want to say he's healthy, but he's had a great week, and he's definitely going to be able to get some work. I think Friday night we're going to start Deshaun. We got to make sure Jerry's really healthy down the stretch. We got to have him in district play. So we've got to be really smart handling with kid gloves. And, we thought Deshaun earned the opportunity to get some more snaps again this week and prove to us against another big opponent that it wasn't a fluke and that he can run this offense just like Jerry can. So you'll see a little bit of a two-headed monster there.
Offensively, we saw McBride and Reese get on offense. It's always exciting when we see that happen. How much more do you expect to see of that?
Yeah, we're growing those packages. You got to see Reese go in the backfield some last week. I mean, when you have dudes, you got to get them on the field. Now, ideally, you try not to do it so much early in the year when it's a lot hotter. You try not to get too much tread on those tires as we go through a long season. But we got to win football games too, and sometimes you get in position to use those guys, and they are a lot of fun to watch.
I know you talk about how your biggest concern is you and getting this team better and getting more comfortable with certain things. How do you feel your progress has been up to this point in the season?
Well, I mean, if you look back on it, we're getting better. Every week has been a little bit better. People can say, well, your opponents haven't been all that good. Yeah, well, we've done what we're supposed to do. And you can see the difference in play in our O-line. You can see the difference in the box defensively. So we are getting better. Our running back play is getting better. So, I mean, we're where we need to be. We just got to continue to accept the task of going against somebody better each and every week, and we got to be better.
All right, Coach, we always wish you the best of luck. We appreciate the time, and we will talk with you next week.
Yeah, man, appreciate all y'all do. Y'all do a great job. Mom, Dad, love you. See y'all soon.
All right, that's head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Brett Beard. We are back after this time out on the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
You might know that State Farm agent Randy Robertson has great service. She's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Randy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Randy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, La Casa Casino, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modag One Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Lynch Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome you back into the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Yellow Jackets and the Franklinton Demons getting ready to get underway here. And right about 7 o'clock, Josh Ward joined up by Mitch Covington. Again, Mitch, as we kind of switch our focus to Franklinton now, obviously a team that 1-2 on their season. They've been in some very tight ball games. They beat Covington for their win of the year so far, but they lose a heartbreaker last week to 1 point to Fontainebleau. This is going to be a team that knows what it's like to be in a fight.
It definitely does. And looking through their roster and the guys that are going to be starting in the lineups and things like that, it's a lot of young guys. And so you would expect with a younger team with, there's several 5, 6, 7 sophomores on the offense or defensive side of the ball with that many young players, you'd expect them to grow pretty quickly each week. You wouldn't think they're going to start out the week 1, at their normal spot where they're going to finish the year in week 10. They're going to get improved probably more than a senior-laden team because these guys have a lot of room to grow. And they're still going through those little growing processes. A brand new head coach, as we just mentioned, this season. But a lot of talent out there, guys. A lot of good-looking skill players, and they got some big boys on that defensive side of the ball as well.
Coach Salt, as we mentioned, comes over from Holy Cross. He had been at Hineville before, won a state championship at East Jeff, went to the state championship game he was with Hineville, and Denham Springs played Hineville in that first round of that game of that year. So a little familiar with Coach Salt here. He's a defensive guy, so it'll be interesting to see how those two match up against each other because Coach Beard likes his defense as well.
They definitely do. Coach Beard, as we've known, over the years here, he wants to be really strong on defense and try to win the games with the defense, and then the offense able to, not so much ball control offense, but make sure the offense takes care of the ball, don't put the defense in bad spots. With this season, of course, with our strength being the defensive side, the stronger players and senior players on our squad being on the defensive side, we need them to step up. But Franklinton's kind of in the same mode as far as, Coach Salta Fabragio liking the defense, being on the defensive side of the ball himself as a defensive coach. And so I know they're going to have a good game plan defensively to try and step up and stop what we bring on our side of the ball.
Defensively for Franklinton, it looks like they play pretty well for the most part, but every once in a while they can get a little lost, especially in the backfield, it seems, from what I've seen on film.
Right, and I think that goes with the young guys. Like you got some young players out there, on the defensive side of the ball that are still trying to figure out with the different formations that other teams will bring you in. Where's my zone coverage, or am I in man? And a lot of times there's a lot of checks in high school football as far as based off the formation the other team gives you, what type of coverage you're going to be in. So you really got to pay attention during the week, and you got to study, and you got to know because it's not always just coming in from the sideline. You're in man coverage or zone coverage. It might be in this formation, we're going to be in man, but if they line up in this formation, then we're going to be in zone. You got to just make that check on the field yourself.
All right, so we will get ready for the Star Spangled Banner here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. So we will step aside for that. We will take our timeout. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for kickoff here from Denham Springs. It is the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Back after this.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98.
And the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better.
So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, located in Denham Springs at 145 Aston Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Hey, assistant, what's the best way to stay connected to my Demco account information?
It's easy to take control of your account by registering at demco.org.
What will I be able to do when I register?
Everything from viewing and paying your bill to reporting outages and contacting customer service. Also, sign up for text alerts to get the information you need when you need it. There's even an app for iPhone and Android. Register today at www.demco.org.
For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The news also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898.
C&M Outdoor Power Equipment and Skag Lawnmowers, a winning combination. C&M Outdoor Power Equipment provides the highest quality Skag products and services for their customers, and C&M is always there to answer questions, with customers leaving C&M knowing how to use and maintain their purchased equipment properly. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, C&M has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965, featuring Skag mowers. That's C&M Power Sales and Service, corner of Florida and Tubin in Denham Springs.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, Buddy's Barbecue, Adams Smoke Shop, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiri. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome back in to Yellow Jacket football, that will do it for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms, so go visit Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Get ready for kickoff here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is your captains for tonight are McBride, Byers, Miller, and Clark. That is Deshaun McBride, Hudson Byers, Rancher Miller, and Jonas Clark, your captains for the Yellow Jackets, as the officials meet at midfield, and the Yellow Jackets will be heading onto the field to receive the opening kickoff. Josh Wardle alongside Mitch Covington. Mitch, your keys to the game for the Yellow Jackets here tonight.
Well, I think the keys are going to be on the offensive side of the ball. Can we keep that running success that we had last week? Are we able to get R.J. Johnson and Hudson Byers getting positive yards rushing? Don't want to put ourselves in a lot of 3rd and 12 situations, 3rd and 9 with the sophomore quarterback right now. Goldman's going to go first. We do think we may see Jerry Horn at points during the game. Horn is back healthy. Saw him running around. Looks pretty good and mobile out there. But that's going to be kind of a key offensively for us tonight.
Mason Reese back to receive for the Yellow Jackets. Ball is teed up at the 40-yard line, and we are ready to get this one underway from Yellow Jacket Stadium.
I'm going to guess that Caden Allen's going to get this kick.
Oh, you
just
think? Okay.
See if I can call one
All
here.
right.
Caden Allen, the up back right here. I'm just guessing they're not going to kick this one deep and may squib it a little bit up the middle of the field.
Santiago Morales will be the kicker for the Demons, and he will step up, hit to stride, and we are underway here. It is end over end. It'll be Mason Varese at the 12-yard line, the 15 to the 20, the 25 still on his feet, gets to the 30-yard line, breaks free at the 35, at the 40, far sideline, cross midfield, off to the races, escapes a tackle at the 30, he's at the 20, the 10, the 5, and he is in, crosses the goal line, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, somebody's going to get called for holding up there right at the last spot where we broke for the last block that we needed to get to that corner, to get to the end zone. I guessed wrong. I thought they were going to squib it early. I'd seen on film a lot of times they had done a lot of squib kicks, but they decided to try and test their coverage and kick it deep to Varese, and Varese almost made them pay. He had a great return goal, and, of course, it went for the touchdown, but there's a flag down. We haven't seen the call yet, but I'm quite certain that's going to be called some kind of holding, which it'll be from the 40-yard line, so we'll back it up. The Jackets should be starting at about the 30.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this one. We will wait to see. It looks, we obviously know the hold in the against the Yellow Jackets on that return, but, man, seeing Mason Varese back there and get the ball, that was a pretty good run.
That was an exciting, would have been a great way to start, but now all that happened is Varese got real tired because he just ran 80 yards and for nothing, really. But I don't want to say nothing. The flag did happen at the 40, so we are starting at the 30-yard line. That's not terrible field position. So out comes the Jacket offense, and let's see if we can, last week we had a great first drive. I think it was about 12 plays long and went and scored a touchdown, and it'd be great to have a good start like that this week.
All right, so it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets to start this drive. 1st and 10, their own 30-yard line. And it will be Goldman from the shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson to the 35, the 40, has some open field across midfield, far sideline at the 40, the 30. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets on the first offensive play of the game. R.J. Johnson, 70 yards, and Yellow Jackets strike quickly.
R.J. Johnson laughed at me. I asked for a 12-play drive to put points on the board. He said, I'll do it in one play, Coach. One-play drive right there. R.J. Johnson with a great run off the right side of that offensive line. Found a nice hole right there on the right side. We had, I'm scrambling on my papers right here. Should have been a little bit more ready with that. But, Jackson Martin and Jaden Buchanan on the right side of that line had a good seam. And R.J., we talked about him being a thunder guy, but he showed a lot of good speed as he hit the hole and accelerated on that one.
Sure did. It will be Hernandez to attempt the extra point. Here's a snap. It is going to be a bobbled snap. It is going to be Burrell going back. He is going to throw it towards the end zone. It is going to be incomplete, and that will be no good. So with 11:35 left here in the first quarter, Yellow Jackets get on the board. They lead it 6-0 back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Welcome back in Yellow Jacket football. It is Denham Springs 6, Franklinton 0. It will be Hernandez to kick it off from the 40-yard line. There's a high end-over-end kick at the 15-yard line, now at the 20 to the 25, still on his feet. Gets to the 30, he'll be tackled right around the 37-yard line. And it will bring us to our first Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Health. It is Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline and Cardis, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Mitch, what do you have for us? Should be an easy one for you.
That one didn't take real long. We have a 70-yard rush in just one play for R.J. Johnson. So according to the official clock keeper, it takes R.J. 12 seconds to run a 70-yard sprint. And so 12 seconds on the drive with 11:35 left in the first quarter here. The Yellow Jackets up 6-0 because the extra point was no good.
Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. It will be 1st and 10 for Franklinton. It will be from their own 38-yard line. It will be Crane from the shotgun. Does a hard count. We'll check the sideline now. There's two receivers out to the far side. One receiver here to the near. As Crane awaits a snap. Play clock down to 2 seconds. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off in the backfield to Emmanuel. Emmanuel will go forward for about a yard, maybe 2-yard gain as he will get to his own 40-yard line.
Good job in the middle. Senior defensive lineman Leon Williams getting pressure from the A-gap and was able to help get the first hit onto the running back right there. Great job stuffing the run on the first outlook right there for as Franklinton trying to test out the Jacket interior. Pretty good stop with the Jacket defense on the first play.
Yep, and we'll be now that Coach Beard said it, I'll be keeping a closer eye on the linebacker play tonight just because of us talking about that so much. So
Leon Williams, I don't remember mentioning him last week, but as I went back and looked at film, I noticed he did get the start last week. And here he is starting at nose guard and made a good hit on the first play.
Going to be 2nd and 8, their own 40-yard line. Handoff in the backfield to Manuel. Again, he will get to the 45-yard line before being brought down by Rancher Miller. Be 3rd down now for Franklinton.
Very good open field tackle by Rancher Miller because, Manuel hit the edge of the defensive front right there and was out in the open field. But Rancher Miller from his safety spot came down and stopped it after a 5-yard play and bringing up a 3rd down for Franklinton.
Will be 3rd and 3 from their own 45-yard line here for the Demons. As Crane will work it from the shotgun yet again. Gets the snap. Will fake the handoff. Going to keep it himself. He's going to be wrapped up for a no gain on the carry, and it will be 4th down now for Franklinton. Yellow Jackets defense really looking sharp here in this early part of the game.
Well, they went with a little okey-doke right there. That was the receiver, Connor McGee, that lined up in the quarterback spot. The quarterback split out wide, so a little bit kind of a wildcat look or maybe a direct snap to a skill player. And Jacket defense was sitting there ready for it, and a great stop right there. So out comes the punt unit.
All right, and it will be Mason Varese back to return this one. He stands back about his own 25-yard line. Here is a snap. Punt is away. Reese goes back. It will hit at the 30-yard line, bounces back to the 25, rolls to the 21, still rolling. Will be down at the 20-yard line. Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. They lead it 6-0 back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. It is going to be a handoff from Goldman from the shotgun. It is going to be to Johnson, and Johnson will get across the 25-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 28. Be second down for the Yellow Jackets as they start this drive from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, we mentioned before the game that we want to get this offensive line going. They have been, I felt, one of the most improved units on the whole squad over the first couple of weeks of the season. That first play, they opened a big hole for RJ, and then here we are on the second drive trying to get behind those big boys again.
Going to be second down and 7. Their own 27-yard line for Denham Springs. Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap. Ball is on the ground. He's going to have to fall on top of it, so that'll be a loss. They'll go back to the original line of scrimmage, back to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, those are the kind of things you expected you might see a little bit last week with the new quarterback. Goldman the snap wasn't too bad. It was about thigh high, and he reached down to grab it and kind of flips out his fingers right there. And maybe last week a little bit nervous in his first start. Well, now he's got a little experience on him right here. Hoping not to see it this week, but, dropped the snap, so we had to jump on it wisely. Just jumped on it, recovered it. We still have the football, playing 3rd and 10.
Going to be 3rd and 10 now, and we see a special package come in here for the Yellow Jackets. Mason Maurice and Deshaun McBride both in on the offensive side of the ball right now. Goldman will work it from the shotgun. Will send a man in motion. That is Haynes. Here is the snap. Looks to throw. Has RJ on the near sideline to the 25 to the 30. Still fighting for yardage, and he will get across the 30-yard line. We're going to see where they mark his progress. If it's to the 34, it will be enough for a first down. But we're going to have to wait and see. This could be just a tad short based on the spot.
It's going to be right at it, but that was a great, quick decision there by Goldman, the quarterback, by Jean. Looked like they had some pressure coming off the bottom side of the from the Yellow Jacket sideline over here. Franklinton brought some pressure. RJ slipped out the backfield quickly, and then he saw it. Sean saw what was happening quickly, got it out to him in the flats, and then RJ made good adjustments and got the first down.
Got a timeout on the field. Yellow Jackets will call their first of the half. 7:49 left here in the first quarter. It is Denham Springs 6, Denham Springs 6, Franklinton 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Back on Yellow Jacket football, 1st and 10. Yellow Jackets from the 34-yard line. Here is a pass to Haynes. Haynes has it at the 45. He's across midfield. Will be tackled at the Franklinton 45. The previous play was a first down, making it our first Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Family-owned, children-friendly, incredible food, and locally owned by Big Mike O'Neill. And it will now be another first down for the Yellow Jackets. So make it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Mitch, your turn.
Well, a lot just happened right there. Recently the Jackets lined up for a quarterback sneak. We thought it may have been a half yard short, but we actually had the first down. Coach Beard called a timeout. We didn't want a quarterback sneak on 1st and 10.
1st and 10. It will be from the Franklinton 46. Goldman rolls, looking to throw, has time. Flag comes out on the play as Goldman will throw this one out of bounds onto the Franklinton sideline, and we'll have to wait to see what the penalty is about.
Well, while we're waiting on that, I also once again want to talk about the first down play where we completed Tylen Haynes. We hit a similar play last week. Maybe it was the same play, but Goldman has now twice on back-to-back plays made a good quick decision, a little play fake on the inside, and Tylen Haynes is running a little sit route, about 10 yards, turn around, spotting up. Nobody had him covered. They bit up on the play action fake. Goldman hit him quickly. He had room to run with the football. So a couple of good passes right there early on in this first quarter, getting the young quarterback going. going. That play right there, honestly, I thought McBride possibly ran a wrong route. I obviously don't know the play from up here, but it looked like he should have been breaking out toward the sideline. He kind of broke to the middle of the field, so Goldman kind of had to throw it away, but someone was holding on the interior of the offensive line, so we're going to back it up to 1st and 20.
It'll be 1st and 20 from their own 44-yard line now for the Yellow Jackets. It will be Goldman from the shotgun, sends Haynes in motion, now has 3 receivers to the near sideline. Goldman gets the snap, drops back, looks to throw quickly to Haynes, and is going to be incomplete right at midfield.
They went back to the well. The play that we just hit 2 plays ago, just flipped the sides right there. We flipped the formation. We're running it instead to the right side, ran to the left. Haynes was open, just kind of went out of his hands right there. So it wouldn't have been a huge game, but it would have been a nice pickup, get the penalty yards back probably if we'd have completed it. But regardless, it's going to be 3rd down here. Going to be third down?
2nd down.
Okay, because that was the first down play with 2 shots. So we still got a couple downs to get it back. That's right. That's a new rule they got this year. If holding, you get to play the down again. I guess I haven't been aware of that,
Well, they're always changed up a little something here and there. 2nd down and 20 now for the Yellow Jackets, their own 44-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Johnson. Johnson will get to the 45 and will go down about the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down now for the Yellow Jackets.
Of course, I'm just trying to laugh about the new rule. Obviously, holding, you always get to replay the down if you get that chance. But, hey, lost my mind a little bit right there. I was trying to, put us in a bad spot already, but it had us an extra down to get it. RJ picks up a few yards there off the right edge on 3rd down, and so still playing 3rd and real long. With the quick score early on in the game, this might be a spot that the Jackets may be a little bit careful, not trying to force the ball downfield in the coverage right here. Ball is near midfield. If we don't get it here, let the punt team come out, pin it back, and let your defense work if you need to.
3rd down and 17 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 47-yard line. Here is Goldman from the shotgun. We'll throw it to Varese on the near sideline. Varese gets across midfield and will be pushed out of bounds about the Franklinton 45. We'll bring up 4th down for the Yellow Jackets with 6:21 left here in the first quarter. Denham Springs with the 6-0 advantage over the Demons.
And as I was expecting, a nice little safe play right there. Get the ball to Varese out near the sideline on a quick screen. Maybe he can make something happen with his feet right there, but we didn't want to put the sophomore quarterback in a spot to where he's thrown into middle of linebackers and safeties and an obvious passing down. So after the good 3 and out by the defense, go ahead and let the punt team come out, try and pin them back, and let's get another 3 and out.
It will be Yellow Jackets punt team onto the field. It will be Connor McGee back to receive for Franklinton.
New punter.
Yeah, we have a new punter. Is that 66, Mitch? Trying to get the number here for you.
Oh.
If it is, that is Noah Williamson. Let's see if that's
26.
26.
Trenton Harrison.
There we go. Yeah, Trenton Harrison. There you go. Here is the punt is away. We'll hit at the 20-yard line, bounces to the 15, the 10. Still rolling. We'll be rolling inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Demons after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football. 6:08 left in the first quarter. It is Denham Springs 6, Franklinton 0. Yellow Jackets first offensive play of the night, score the touchdown, and that's where we stand. Here is Crane from the shotgun, drops back, looks to throw, throwing it downfield. It is going to be incomplete at the 40-yard line. Intended receiver was McGee, and a nice arm right there by Jacob Crane. But it is now time for the Water Tree of Denham Springs Hydration Break. Water from the Water Tree may help you feel better, look better, and live longer.
Make John Fine look better?
No, Mitch, nothing could do that because this is not miracle water. It's water from the Water Tree, Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Remember, local and loco when you think of Maria's Mexican Restaurant. Local and that the Abarca family is from Denham Springs and has been serving great Mexican food at Maria's for almost 40 years. Loco means crazy, and you'd be crazy not to eat at Maria's. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas, my amigos, it's all great at Maria's. So be local and don't be loco by eating at Denham Springs High School graduate David Taco Abarca's Maria's Mexican Restaurant, Florida Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of James Drug Store.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
We'll get back in. Yellow Jackets football going to be 2nd and 10 now from their own 9-yard line for the Demons. Here is a handoff in the backfield. It is going to be Manuel, and he will get to the 10-yard line, so he'll pick up about a yard on the carry, and that's about it.
We're going back up to that first down play, and we mentioned it in the pregame show. And if you guys aren't listening to the pregame show, man, you're missing out. Make sure you get here early enough. We start at 6. We told you Franklinton's going to take shots downfield. Last year they threw the deep ball, and they had some success against us last year, taking shots over the top. They tried it on first down, coming out of their own end zone. Mason Varese with great coverage, step for step with him, reaching in and poking the ball out.
Going to be 3rd and 10 now, their own 9-yard line for Franklinton. It will be Crane dropping back. He is going to have to let this one go as pressure was coming, and it will quickly bring up 4th down for the Demons. So I said it on their first time out, and we'll say it again. This Yellow Jackets defense is looking pretty prime right now.
6 plays, no first downs yet for Franklinton. 2 punts coming up right here, and they tried Mason Varese. He showed what great cover skills he has. This time they tried the other side, Brian Hawkins, and if you've been listening this year, Brian Hawkins we know has 2 picks already. Great coverage there. They tried a little comeback route, tried to run him off downfield deep, plant, come back downhill, but Hawkins was with him right there step for step. No room to make a throw, and a great stand for the Jacket defense.
All right, it will be Franklinton to punt this away. Mason Varese stands back about the Franklinton 40-yard line on 4th and 10 from their own 9-yard line. Here is the punt. Varese will step up, and he will fair catch it at the 33. Ball is on the ground, and we're going to have to wait to see if who recovered it here. It looks like Denham Springs.
It's not any celebrating from the guys in the white shirt.
That's
so
right,
Rancher Miller hustling down there. That ball was on the ground for a little bit. Rancher Miller with a great job getting downfield to jump on the football.
5:14 left here in the first quarter. Back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the law office of IVL Graham, Brian Russ, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets from the Franklinton 29-yard line. Here's a handoff to R.J. Johnson in the backfield. He will get to the Franklinton 25. Will be tackled shy of the 20-yard line, so it'll be a nice first down run right there by R.J. Johnson.
Good blocking on the left side by senior lineman, offensive tackle Jaden Buchanan, but also Seth Bishop, tight end. Remember, earlier in the year he was fighting, had a cast on his hand and all, but right now he's back 100% healthy. Looks like what a great block he gave on the edge as well.
2nd down and 3 from the 22-yard line of the Demons for the Yellow Jackets. Here's a toss in the backfield to Johnson from Goldman. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, has some room at the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. R.J. Johnson at number 2 of the night.
Touchdown number 2, my man Raleigh Johnson, the 8th grader, sweating it out now. He only had 2 this week. RJ's already got 2, and we're barely halfway past the first quarter. So, RJ, what a great start he has had. A 70-yard touchdown run on the first play. And then right here, that drive right there was all RJ Johnson. I say all RJ Johnson, but the offensive line and RJ working together. They had the left side sealed. He went around the edge this time, had a great wall of blockers in the purple jerseys for the Jackets, and then pranced his way into the end zone.
It will be Sam Hernandez coming on to attempt the extra point for the Yellow Jackets. As you will recall, on the first one, it was a bobbled snap. Burrell will be the holder. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. 4:36 left here in the first quarter. It is Denham Springs 13, Franklinton 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
We'll get back in. Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs 13, Franklinton 0. Here's a kickoff from Hernandez. It will hit at the 40-yard line, bounce back to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Franklinton, around their own 35 to start this one. But it is now time for another Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Health. That is Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline and Cardis, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
That was a 38-second scoring drive. It only needed 29 yards, and R.J. Johnson finished it off with a 23-yard touchdown run with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first quarter. The Jackets are up 13-0. But we need to get Mr. Robert Graves on the phone. We're on record watch. R.J. has over 100 yards now in just 7.5 minutes of play.
4:34 left here in this first quarter. It is Denham Springs 13, Franklinton 0. 1st and 10 for the Demons. Their own 36-yard line. Here is a handoff in the backfield. That's going to be to McGee coming to the near side. Gets to the 40. Will push across to the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
And now I have unofficial stats here, just trying to keep up with it in my head. But I'm thinking RJ's at 4 carries and would have to be at somewhere around 106 yards or so right now for the game. And so that's not a bad first 7.5 minutes of play.
Not at all. Some quick scoring here. What, Yellow Jackets 2 out of 3 offensive possessions that they've scored so far?
Correct.
All right, going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Demons. Here is a handoff. It's going to be on the field, and it's going to be on the turf, and it is going to be recovered by Jonas Clark. Check that. Recovered by Jonas Clark. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets with 3:55 left here in the first quarter. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local authorized Steel Outdoor Power Equipment dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment. C&M Outdoor Power has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965. Known for their quality outdoor steel equipment and tools, C&M Outdoor Power will expertly service everything they sell, and C&M is here to answer all of your questions. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, your local steel dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment Sales and Service. Corner of Florida Boulevard and Cuban Road in Denham Springs.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after the fumble recovery by Jonas Clark. 1st and 10 from the Franklinton 36-yard line. It will be Goldman in out of the shotgun. Hudson Byers is now checked in at running back, and we do have Mason Varese and Deshaun McBride in out as wide receivers for the Yellow Jackets.
Deep shot first play. What you think?
I like it. I like that play call. Let's do it. Here it is. Goldman from the shotgun will drop back, looking to throw. Going to take a shot towards the end zone. It is going to be up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted by the Demons. On the interception is going to be Skylar Williams, and it will now be 1st and 10 for the Demons after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Karam Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football. 1st and 10 for the Demons. Now they will start this drive from their own 20-yard line. Goldman, a little bit of a underthrow there, and gives Franklinton the opportunity to go up and get it.
We had Varese, we had McBride out there. It looked like we was going to try and take a deep shot. Man, McBride was open. You're right. The ball was underthrown about 5 or 6 yards right there.
On 1st and 10, it will be Crane dropping back from the shotgun. He's going to throw it downfield. It is going to be caught at the Franklinton 40-yard line. On the reception for Franklinton is going to be Cy Austin, and it's 1st down Franklinton.
Yeah, big swing right there. So, we recover the fumble. Nothing's going right for Franklinton, and we take the shot to the end zone, and McBride was open, but Goldman maybe released it just a little bit late, and then McBride outran his arm, and the interception by Franklinton. After that, I believe McBride had an unsportsmanlike when the play ended because they marked off 15, and then on the first play, they hit a wheel route. Good coverage by Jonas Clark, but a good throw on the outside to move the ball downfield.
It'll be Crane on on 1st and 10 for the Demons from their own 41-yard line. Going to be a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be to Austin, and Austin will go forward. He will get about a yard, if that. Maybe he actually just got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, so instead of Franklinton being pinned back at the 5-yard line where the interception took place, or maybe, it was about the 5 when he came down with the ball, they marched it out to the 20. The first play was the wheel route down the sideline. Clark with good coverage, but a good throw by the quarterback in there, Jacob Crane, and then Franklinton near midfield.
2nd and 10 now from their own 41-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be to Hart, his first carry of the night. He's going to be tackled for a loss on the play, as he will be tackled for a loss of 2. They'll put him back to his own 38-yard line. And again, continue to give this Yellow Jackets defense some credit here early in this one.
You know, that's what you can live with if they get a big play every now and then. They hit a good pass. We had good coverage. But, you know, we want to recover from that. You know, if you get back out there and don't let one big play turn to a long drive, and the Jackets have done that. Franklinton hit the one pass, but here we are, 2 running plays after that. They've gone backwards, and now we've got them in 3rd and long.
3rd and 13 now from their own 38-yard line for Franklinton. Crane, empty backfield, hits the snap. He will be tackled for a loss on the play, as the Yellow Jackets will get to Crane for a sack, and it's going to be 4th and long now for the Demons.
That was Jonas Clark coming off the edge over there, getting into the backfield quickly. They were trying to get receivers down the field to pick up the first down, but Coach, we didn't want to give them any time right there to see something downfield. Coach Womack dialed up the blitz, and it came out perfectly. Jonas Clark with the sack.
All right, it will be Franklinton to punt this away. Varese back to receive for the Yellow Jackets, and he will call for a fair catch at his own 42-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Minute 45 left here in the first quarter. It is Denham Springs 13, Franklinton 0. It'll be Yellow Jackets ball, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Goldman will hand it off in the backfield to Byers. Byers will get to midfield to the Franklinton 45, the 40, 30 sideline as he breaks free at the 20, the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Hudson Byers. Yellow Jackets strike again.
I tell you what, I think I really like what Coach Caskey's been doing right here. I think a little bit of scouting report may be helping us out. We've had some big runs around the left side. Franklinton has a freshman defensive end over there when you look at the roster, and we've kind of attacked that left edge and found some running room. And then that time Hudson Byers showing his speed as he got to the corner was able to outrace the rest of the Franklinton defense to the end zone.
All right, so it'll be another score for the Yellow Jackets as they will strike quickly again. It will be Hernandez coming on to attempt the extra point. Carson Burrell will be the holder. Burrell will await the snap. Gets the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is through the uprights. And the extra point is good. Minute 33 left here in the first quarter. It is Yellow Jackets 20, Franklinton 0. Back for this on Yellow Jackets football.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Your locally owned full-service dry cleaner in Denham Springs is Quick and Handy Cleaners. Quick and Handy Cleaners can expertly handle all of your dry cleaning needs with friendly Livingston Parish hometown service. Quick and Handy Cleaners, family owned and operated by Scooter and Kay Keene, and serving Livingston Parish for 50 years. Quick and Handy Cleaners at 397 East Railroad with locations in Walker and Watson. Quick and Handy Cleaners.
It'll be kicking off Hernandez for the Yellow Jackets as he will kick it. It will be fielded at the 20-yard line. On the return, it is going to be Connor McGee as he will get to about the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark this one, but it brings us to another Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Health. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline Encartis, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
If you add up all three of our scoring drives, I don't think they reach a minute yet because this was another quick one. It was only 12 seconds, so a one-play drive, a 57-yard touchdown rush by Hudson Byers with 1:33 left in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets lead 20-0.
First and 10, 27-yard line for Franklinton, trying to set up the screen pass as they will, and it will be tackled, brought down for no gain. I'll pick up actually 2 yards on the reception for Franklinton is Michael Brock.
And a good tackle in there quickly. Deshaun McBride closing in quickly on the screen over there for the wide receiver screen for Franklinton, and also Brian Hawkins getting in quick to help clean it up at the end of the play.
All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. It was a 3-yard pickup by Brock, and it will be 2nd and 7 from their own 30-yard line. Under a minute left here in this first quarter. Crane from the shotgun will get the snap. Will hand it off in the backfield to Manuel. Manuel trying to go to the left, and he will get to the 35. Going to mark him down about the 37-yard line, which should be just enough for a first down if that is the correct spot.
Found a little bit of a crease right there, kind of B-gap there on the left side of the offensive line for Franklinton. Kai Dwaran was able to make the tackle, but it was about 7-8 yards downfield. And so first down for Franklinton. That's the first one for the game for them, I believe?
Maybe
no,
they completed
the
they
pass.
had the career.
They
Yeah,
completed
so
that pass.
second first down of the night, yeah. All right, going to be 1st and 10 for the Demons. They will play it from their own 37-yard line. Crane from the shotgun will hand it off to Manuel again. He'll get across the 40, be brought down about the 42, and it will be 2nd down with the clock ticking with 19 seconds left here in this first quarter.
I've made this comment before this year, but Deshaun McBride, the LSU commitment, has really done an excellent job in run fits and being a run tackler and not just a guy out there picking passes off in the secondary. Another good tackle by him.
2nd and 5 from the 42-yard line. It will be a snap to Crane from the shotgun. He will try to set the screen pass again. It is going to be to McGee. McGee tries to spin out of the coverage, out of the defensive ends of Denham Springs, and he will be tackled for a loss on the play, and that will do it for first quarter action. We played one from Yellow Jackets Stadium. It is Denham Springs 20, Franklinton 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
You already know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson offers great service. But what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic, located at 145 Aspen Square, next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
As we welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. And Mitch, for the Yellow Jackets, about the best first quarter you could probably screw up right there.
No doubt. Great defensive effort out there, getting stops for the Yellow Jacket offense. And on that Yellow Jacket offense, we mentioned R.J. Johnson with over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter. Makes us think about, can we get to a rushing record maybe? You know, Stephen James, of course, in 2000 had 384 yards rushing in one game.
Going to be 3rd and 17 now for the Demons after the previous play was a loss. It is going to be a screen again. It is going to be to Brock. Brock to the 35, to the 40, going to be tackled about his own 41-yard line, and it will be 4th down now for Franklinton.
You know, Franklinton was playing third and really long right there on the last play before the quarter break. We had Cedric Polk with a big hit in the backfield, and the receiver kind of wiggled his way out of it but stepped backwards, and then Jaden Kent was in there to help make the tackle at the end and put a really 3rd and long situation for Franklinton, and they're on the big stop once again on 3rd down. Deshaun McBride with a strong tackle.
4th and 6 for the Demons, their own 41-yard line. Here is the snap. They will punt it away. It will be Varese going back to receive, and he will fair catch it at the 37-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 11:20 left in this first half. They lead at 20-0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome you back in, it is Yellow Jacket football. Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line to start this drive. And Mitch, we'll see just how short of a drive they can make this one. It'll be Goldman from the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson will try to stiff arm, but he'll be brought down back at the 35-yard line. He'll lose a couple on that one.
Seemed like on the Franklinton sideline, some of the defensive coach said, hey, guys, let's find number 22 and try to make a tackle before he goes 70 yards on this next try. And Franklinton had a lot of guys in the backfield on that first play, putting the Jackets in 2nd and 12.
Will be 2nd down and 12 for the Yellow Jackets. They will play this one from their own 36-yard line now. It will be Goldman from the shotgun, has Johnson in the backfield with him. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Johnson again. Johnson coming to the near sideline at the 40, at the 45, across midfield. He's at the Franklinton 40, and he will be brought down inside the 35-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets, making another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Big Mike stays open late after Denham Springs High School football games. We went and visited Big Mike last weekend.
We sure did. Had a good time after the game and enjoyed ourselves. Talked a little bit, had a little pizza. It was a great time over there. But look, I mentioned
a little pizza. You had a whole pizza.
I did have a whole pizza. I was kind of hungry at the end of that one. But RJ, once again, I mentioned he's a power back. We talked about that earlier in the game or before the game, and then here he's showing shiftiness. That time there was an unblocked player in the hole. He made a move and got a lot of extra yards.
1st and 10 from the Franklinton 33-yard line. Now here is Hudson Byers on the handoff from Goldman, and he will get to the 30-yard line, so he'll pick up 3 on his carry.
So the Jackets are once again trying to get back to that running game, and we've talked about that improved offensive line and where we started the year in the Jamboree and where they stand right now. Opened up a lot of running room for both Hudson Byers and RJ, and those guys are doing a great job up front.
It is going to be 2nd down and 7 from the 30-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. They will play it from the Demon 30-yard line. 9:50 left here in the first half. Denham Springs 20. Franklinton 0 coming up at the half. It'll be Denham Springs boys basketball coach. Coach Cab will be joining us with John Fine, so stick around for that. Goldman out of the shotgun will hand it off to Byers. Byers going around to the left side. He will get to the 25-yard line where it will be 3rd down and to be about 3rd and 4 now for the Yellow Jackets.
Funny, we're kind of like on opposite week right now. Hudson Byers is the speed guy, right? That's what we said. And what did he do right there? He lowered his shoulder and ran over the tackler and picked up an extra 2 or 3 yards of forward momentum by showing he can be powerful. RJ showing he can be shifty, and Hudson showing he can be powerful.
We do have a flag on the play on the far sideline, so we're going to wait to see what this one is about. Looks like it's going to be against the Yellow Jackets as they are going backwards. It's going to be a hold.
All right, so let's see if we can kind of get the quarterback going here a little bit. He had a very good start in the first quarter, was sharp with his passes, hitting the receivers where he needed to be. Then we had a turnover or had a short field after a punt right there, and then took a shot downfield, underthrew it through the interception. We went heavy on the run the last few times, but now we'll see if we can, kind of get it back going in the air.
2nd and 13 now after the penalty is assessed against the Yellow Jackets. 2nd and 13 from the Franklinton 36-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun drops back, has pressure coming. He's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line, and that's going to be 3rd and long now for the Yellow Jackets.
I think Franklinton did a pretty good job in pass coverage right there as the receivers made their routes. Nothing was open early. Jean tried to roll to his right to buy a little time for receivers to break and get open, but the Franklinton rush got to him before he could find an open receiver.
All right, it is going to be 3rd and 18 now for the Yellow Jackets, so I asked for a long drive, and now we're just going the wrong way.
We're
so
going
I take
backwards.
it back.
We're going backwards here, but look, this is probably close to 4-down territory if we can pick up some yards here on 3rd down. I don't think we want to go for it on 3rd and 17, but if we can get to a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, I bet we try and go for it here on 4th down.
3rd down and 18. Ball will be from the 41-yard line, and we have a timeout on the field, and it is going to be, is it Franklinton?
Yes,
Franklinton.
Franklinton
will take their first of the half. 8:31 left in this first half. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
Demco wants to give you the knowledge to get power smart. Simple tips that can help you conserve energy and save money. Sealing air leaks around windows and doors is a good start. Smart thermostats and improved insulation are great ways to make a bigger difference. There are many more ways to save energy and money, so when you're ready to make a big-time power move, Download our free do-it-yourself energy audit checklist at demco.org.
3rd and 18 for the Yellow Jackets, Franklinton 41-yard line. Here is a pass to Varese, and Varese will have it at the Franklinton 28-yard line. It'll put him about the 29 or the 28, but it will be 4th down now for Denham Springs.
But we got enough. I'm quite certain we're going to go for it right here. Nice job trying to get the ball out quickly to Mason Varese, and he was open a little bit. I think John probably saw him a touch late. Varese was kind of, hey, get it to me, and a little bit of high throw. Varese went up, made a great catch, but now at 4th and 6, the Jackets will go for it.
4th and 6 from the Franklinton 29. Goldman, empty backfield, will throw it quick out of the backfield, and it is going to be incomplete at the 20-yard line. Intended receiver was Deshaun McBride, and it will be 1st and 10 now for Franklinton as the Yellow Jackets turn it over on downs.
I do think we had an open receiver, and we got it to one of our playmakers, McBride, and it just kind of went in and out of his hands, which, of course, we know he's got great hands with all the interceptions on defense. It looked like he was spotted up right at the first down marker, and I thought we was going to get the first down. We just weren't able to bring in the catch on that one. And so the drive stalls out with a penalty, one penalty, and then one sack kind of gets going back. That happened on the other drive. We didn't score. We had a big holding penalty early on in that drive. And so if we can stay away from the penalties, that offense can keep on moving.
1st and 10 for Franklinton, their own 29-yard line. Crane from the shotgun will drop back, looking to throw, going to fire it downfield, and it is going to be incomplete as that one goes out of bounds. Intended receiver was Michael Brock, going to be 2nd down for Franklinton now. It is 7:49 left here in this first half. Denham Springs 20, Franklinton 0.
I'm just looking out here at the Jackets secondary. And we got Mason Varese, we got Rancher Miller, we got Deshaun McBride, and Brian Hawkins. Brian Hawkins already with 2 picks this year. Those guys are doing a great job in covering the receivers. Mason Varese, they tested him out again on a deep ball just in out of the sideline, and nothing was the gain right there. Nobody open.
All right, going to be 2nd and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Crane from the shotgun will hand it off to Manuel. Manuel trying to go to the right side will get across the 30 and will get to about his own 31-yard line. It will be a 3rd down now for the Demons.
What a great tackle by Rancher Miller coming up from his safety spot. He come flying upfield fast, made a good, powerful, strong tackle. I think this may have been a game he's had circle all year long. Rancher was a sophomore starting for us last year, and Franklinton kind of went after him a little bit on the deep passes last season. And I think Rancher is, of course, a much improved player now as a junior, a lot more experience, is ready for this game, and he's been stellar so far tonight.
It will be 3rd and 7 from their own 31-yard line now for Franklinton. Crane will work it from the shotgun. Here is the snap. He drops back, rolls to his left, going to throw it downfield. It is going to be incomplete at midfield. Deshaun McBride and on that one, and Brian Hawkins in there, Rancher Miller, the whole defensive backfield, very well played right there.
Tell you what, that's all I just mentioned a while ago. There's just not a lot of separation from the Franklinton receivers right now, and I know Coach Longmire and Coach Prescott are the defensive back coach, and they got to be real happy with Brian Hawkins out there making his coverages, Deshaun McBride on the coverage right there, Mason Varese and Rancher Middle. They're looking really strong on the back end of the Jacket defense.
It is going to be 4th and 7 from their own 31-yard line now for Franklinton. We'll send out the punt team. Mason Varese back to receive. He stands back about his own 45-yard line. Here is a punt. It's a high sky punt. They will let this hit around the 47-yard line. It'll take a bounce. Franklinton will jump on it at the 49. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 49-yard line. Here is a handoff in the backfield to Johnson. Johnson to the Franklinton 45, the 40, the 35, and he will be tackled around the Franklinton 35-yard line. And that is a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets, making it another Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets 1st down. You can cater your next party at Big Mike's. Check out Big Mike's catering menu.
Stephen James, if you're out there, if you're listening to this broadcast tonight, you got to be getting nervous. Your 384 yards may be in danger right now because RJ, by my unofficial counts, probably sitting at about 140 yards, maybe almost 150 yards rushing here just in a quarter and a half.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, Franklinton 35-yard line. Goldman will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson going to the left side. He will get to the 30 and will be tripped up about the Franklinton 29-yard line.
Just going back, talking a little bit of Jacket history. If you remember that game, that was against Central. That was the game against Central, and you may have been on the other side of the broadcast.
I was. No, I was running the hallways around here.
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit older than you, Josh. That's right. Thinking about that. But Stephen James had 384 yards rushing against Central. That was a game he had 44 total points scored. What a night he had.
All right, it is time for the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. Mitch, enjoying this 40-degree weather?
40 degrees? No way.
Mitch, it's the 40 degrees Celsius I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I guess we need to stay hydrated then.
We absolutely do. And you can get hydrated at the Water Tree Railroad Avenue, making that 40-degree temperature more tolerable. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsignproductions.com are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, La Casa Casino, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Sport Clips, Buddy's Barbecue, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome you back into Yellow Jackets football, it is 6 minutes left here in the first half, and that was the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. It'll be second down and 4 for the Yellow Jackets. They will play it from the Franklinton 29-yard line.
Once again, the Jackets have been relying heavily on the run game right now, getting a lot of strong run action.
Here is a handoff in the backfield to Johnson. Johnson tries to make some room as he is going to be gobbled up in the backfield for a loss on the play. He'll lose a couple.
Yep, so it brings up a similar spot that we had a while ago, except it's not quite as long. But 3rd down and 7 from the 32. We really don't have a field goal kicker that's going to try a 40-yard field goal. So I know Coach Caskey in his mind right now is thinking, I've got 2 downs to pick up these 7 yards. Jackets need to get to the Franklinton 25 to get a first down. And so 3rd and 7, we'll see if we can get it here on the first try. If not, I think we're going to have two shots at it.
3rd down and 7 from the Franklinton 32-yard line now. Goldman will work it from the shotgun. Has Johnson in the backfield. We'll send Haynes in motion. Here's a snap. Going to throw it to the middle of the field. It is going to be Bishop at the 35, the 25, and he gets to the 20. He'll be tackled about the 16-yard line. We'll see where they mark this one, but it is a first down for the Yellow Jackets nonetheless, making it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Come book your personal private party in one of Big Mike's banquet rooms.
It's good to have Seth Bishop back with 2 good hands to work with. We can see what a weapon he can be in the passing game. A lot of misdirection out there, and Goldman was able to find Bishop hooking up over the middle of the field to get the first down.
1st and 10, Franklinton 17-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap. We'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson will try to spin around. He does at the 15-yard line, going to the far sideline. He'll be tackled just shy of the 10. They'll put him down about the Franklinton 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd and short now for the Yellow Jackets.
I'm going to tell you what, just looking at what the Jacket offense is going to evolve into as the season progresses, if we're able to run the football like we have been right here, and then just when you get your 3rd and 7s, your 3rd and 8, if you can get somebody across the sticks and pick up a first down in the passing game, that may be the key to success as we move forward the rest of the year.
Nice 5-yard pickup right there. It will be 2nd and 5 now for the Yellow Jackets from the Franklinton 12-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun has Byers in the backfield now. We'll give it to Byers. Byers will try to go off the right side, and he will get to the 5-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets. That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's has live music on the weekends. We'll go check it out at Big Mike's.
I'm just going to make sure I don't label these running backs any in the future because Hudson Byers, once again, showing he can be a powerful runner. He bounced off of a strong tackle right there in the middle of the field. He took that hit, and he bounced off and kept on going, picked up an extra 7 or 8 yards right there with a very powerful run.
1st and goal, Yellow Jackets. Franklinton 4-yard line. Goldman will work it from the shotgun. Has one receiver out to the near sideline. It is Byers in the backfield. We'll send Haynes in motion. Here's a handoff to Byers. Byers will put his head down, go forward. He is fighting towards the goal line, and it is going to be just shy as he will get to the 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, trying off that left side of the offensive line, going strong up on the inside, gets down close, and the Jackets are going to go fast.
They are going to go fast. It will be Goldman under center. He will go forward. He is going to try to sneak this one in on 2nd and goal from the 1, and it is a touchdown for the Yellow Jackets on the quarterback keeper.
I believe that's going to be John Goldman's first career touchdown. He's been in the games a couple times the last few weeks, but I don't think he's had a rushing touchdown yet. And so a rushing touchdown for John Goldman. Get behind that offensive line right there. Those guys on the right side of the line, Caden Barber, Christian Ferguson doing a really good job and getting that push up the middle. And if we get to the extra point here, Dalton Pulley's been doing a good job on the snaps up there. Our deep snapper or long snapper, I guess you could say, on the field goals. Little bit of mishap on the first one, either him or Burrell somewhere balling it up on the turf, but everything's been solid after that.
It'll be Hernandez to attempt the extra point. Burrell will be the holder. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is going to be through the uprights, and the extra point is good. 3:24 left here in the first half. Yellow Jackets 27, Franklinton 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Small Sliders is now opened in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aston Square in Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salads, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aston Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is a kickoff from Hernandez. Fair catch by the Demons. They will have it 1st and 10 to start this drive, but it brings us to another Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and health. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline Encartas, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
I tell you what, that scoring drive, that seemed like an eternity. It took 3 minutes and 31 seconds to score that one. And so 3 minutes, 31 seconds off the clock. The Jackets ended up going 51 yards, and then we finished it off with a 1-yard Goldman rushing touchdown. And so the Jackets lead 27-0 with 3 minutes and 24 seconds left.
1st and 10 for Franklinton. Ball will be at their own 39-yard line. It will be Crane from the shotgun. He will try to get it in the backfield to Manuel, and Manuel will be brought down for a loss on the play.
Manuel tried to go right. McBride was up there on the right side of the Franklinton offense, turning the ball back inside. As he turned it back in, Cedric Polk, sophomore linebacker, we've called his name now twice for 2 tackles recently, doing a good job of filling the inside and making a tackle for no gain.
All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Franklinton. They will play it from their own 39-yard line now. Crane from the shotgun will drop back. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire it. It is going to be caught around midfield. He's at the Denham Springs 40 to the 35, and on the reception for the Franklinton Demons is Daniel McGee, and it'll be a 1st down in Yellow Jackets territory.
Yeah, nice pass there by sophomore quarterback Jacob Crane. He fit it in a tight windows. Inside linebacker, sophomore Caden Allen was close to getting his hands on it, but Crane was able to zip it in there.
Going to be 1st and 10, Denham Springs 36-yard line for Franklinton now, as Crane will work it from the shotgun. He will check the sideline here as the clock runs with 2:30 left here in the half. Crane gets it out of the shotgun. Will hand it off in the backfield to Manuel. Manuel trying to go off the right side. He'll be tackled, and he will be brought down pretty hard right there by Rancher Miller. Will be 2nd down for the Demons.
I wasn't kidding earlier when I said Rancher Miller was having a great game so far, and once again, another really good tackle up near the line of scrimmage. He's a safety, so he starts off about 8-9 yards off the ball, and when the ball he sees run play, he got up in there very quickly and stopped it after 3 yards, and he's been a very strong tackler tonight.
2nd down and 7 now for Franklinton. Denham Springs 33-yard line. Crane from the shotgun will get it. Fake the handoff, looking to throw, throws across his body towards the end zone, wide open at the 5-yard line, and in for the touchdown is Daniel McGee, as Franklinton will get on the board.
Yeah, nice design play right there. They've thrown a few wide receiver screens out to the edge, and they faked the wide receiver screen to the outside receiver. The guy on the inside looked like he was going to block the cornerback, but instead he took off up the field. Brian Hawkins stepped up on the play fake to the outside receiver, and that left it was McGee, right? McGee wide open.
Wide open.
Yep, he was about 15 yards behind the defense on that one for a touchdown.
That will send Morales out to attempt the extra point for Franklinton. Here's the snap. The hold is down. Kick is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. Minute 47 left here in the first half. It is Denham Springs 27, Franklinton 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is going to be Denham Springs 27, Franklinton 7, as Franklinton gets on the board. And we were just talking here in the booth during that timeout that is the first points the Yellow Jackets have given up in 1 hour and 17 minutes of gameplay.
Of actual game time. We got to go back to week one, don't we?
Right.
Week one against Mandeville. And Franklinton put a good drive right there together. The first down that they picked up, the quarterback fitted in a tight window. The receiver wasn't wide open, but he made a good throw. But now that one, they kind of made us bite right there. We bid on the play fake, getting up, and found an open receiver behind the defense.
It'll be Morales to kick it off from Franklinton from the 40-yard line. We'll do a little squib kick. It'll be picked up at the 30-yard line, now getting to the 35, to the 40, and getting to about the 41-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. On the return is going to be, is that Moss?
I think that's going to be Grant Crane.
Yeah,
Grant Crane,
right, yes.
Yep. The junior running back there, one of the guys higher up the field, closer to the tee on the kickoff, but they squib kick, trying to keep away from Mason Reese. Remember, he did run the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, but it was called back for a penalty. That time they squibbed it to keep it away from him. I'm interested to see what happens here. We've had 2 weeks in a row that we've scored on a 2-minute offensive drive. So here with 1:40 left, we're 58 yards away from the end zone. I'd like to see us try and push it down and score again.
1st and 10, their own 42-yard line for the Yellow Jackets to start this drive. 1:40 left here in the half. Goldman from the shotgun has Byers in the backfield. Will be a handoff to Byers, and Byers will go for, and he will get to the 45-yard line as he'll pick up 3 on the carry.
Now, the Jackets weren't in a big hurry right there. We do have 2 timeouts left, and but like I said, we executed a 2-minute drive very well against Glen Oaks, very well last week against Liberty, and then here we are in this spot, although we are going a little bit slower now. I thought we might get up there a little bit quicker, but I think if we can get a first down, we're going to start pushing the ball down the field a little more.
2nd down and 7 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 45-yard line. Here is the handoff to Byers from Goldman in the backfield. Byers will get across midfield as he will be brought down right at the 48-yard line of Franklinton, and it should be enough for a first down, but we do have a timeout called on the field. Yellow Jackets will take their 2nd timeout of the half. They've got 1 remaining. 1:04 left here in the half. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsteinproductions.com are brought to you in part by Holy Off Restoration, Shea Landry Closing Attorney Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, Adams Smoke Shop, Ryan Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome you back in, it is Yellow Jackets football. It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Franklinton, 48-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap. He will get it in to Varese in the backfield. Varese now at the 45, the 40, going to be pushed out of bounds around the Franklinton 35-yard line, where it'll be a first down for the Yellow Jackets, making it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Visit Big Mike's website and check out Big Mike's on Facebook.
All right, at that timeout, I was ready to question the coaching staff just a little bit, calling the timeout after the first down, because I'm thinking you get a lot of time in a high school official setting that first down mark, but what happened was we had a more run-heavy personnel in the game, so Coach Beard used that timeout. We went ahead and got Varese and McBride into the game, and now we can kind of open it up a little bit more.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. It will be from the Franklinton 35. Goldman out of the shotgun, has pressure coming. He's going to throw it. It is going to be to Byers. Byers at the 30, tries to make a move. He does at the 25. He's at the 20, the 15. Shakes one and will be brought down at the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets, making it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's delivers through Waiter and Grubhub.
I mean, it really did make a lot of sense. That timeout at first, I was like, I'm not sure, but we had to get the speed guys out there, the wide receivers, so we could get the ball moving down the field instead of the running group.
First and goal from the 10-yard line now for the Yellow Jackets. It will be Varese going in motion. Goldman will hand it off. Nope, Goldman going to keep it himself, and he is going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line as his helmet will come off, so he is going to have to come off the field. So will we see Jerry Horn for the first time tonight?
No, well, here's the thing. We called a timeout. I believe if you call a timeout, you can put the guy with his helmet popped off back in, but a little zone read. He went ahead and kept it, tried to get around the end, didn't get a big gain, and after the tackle, the helmet popped off, and that forced the Coach Beard to call the timeout, or he was going to have to come out the game, and we have to bring in a new quarterback.
So I believe, well, I don't know, we'll have to wait to see on this one. The Yellow Jackets will expend their last timeout of the half with 28 seconds left here to go, so it'll be second and goal from the 8-yard line. So, Mitch, we'll have to see if you're right about that rule. I feel like this happened in one of the earlier games, and I don't remember.
Well, the earlier thing, it was actually the other team that called the timeout. We were trying to put our player back in and said, no, you can't do it because you didn't call a timeout. The other team did.
That's right, yes.
Remember, it was kind of odd.
Yeah, I think you're right, yes.
Yep. But, well, I do see Jerry Horn coming in, so perhaps even with burning a timeout, you aren't able to put your player back in. So, but regardless, we know we've got a very experienced quarterback coming in here, Jerry Horn, with a lot of experience over the last couple of years. Started the season as our starter and just now coming back off an injury. So we've got a guy we trust that can get the ball to the receivers here.
All right, it will be Jerry Horn from the shotgun on second and goal from the 8. Here's a snap. He drops back. He's looking to throw, fires it towards the end zone, and is going to be intercepted at the 1-yard line. It will be intercepted. It will be first down for Franklinton. 23 seconds left here in this half. Back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
It'll be first down for Franklinton. They will start this drive from their own 2-yard line after the interception by Jerry Horn. Jerry Horn.
Yeah, Horn was trying to find, I believe Tylen Haynes cutting across the middle of the field, but a linebacker jumped right in front of him. Horn just didn't see him.
Franklinton going to go with a tight formation, and under center it will be Crane. Crane will hand it off in the backfield to Manuel. Manuel will get across the 5 and will be brought down about the 10-yard line, and it will be second and short as the clock runs with 10 seconds left.
Right, it'll be the last play. They just want to make sure they got it out of their end zone. They were at the 1-yard line, didn't want a safety. They run the ball. Now they're heading to halftime. Jackets with a great first half, even though it finished with a little bit of a fizzle.
All right, so that will do it for first half action. It is now the Small Sliders halftime report brought to you by Small Sliders, now open in Denham Springs. Perfect for tailgating. It's that Small Sliders party pack of 25 sliders and a tray of fries. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs. As we head to the half, it is Denham Springs 27, Franklinton 0. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The News also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898. For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The News also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The number one choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of
Denham
Livingston.
Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Densfree, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the law office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
It is the Small Sliders halftime report. Josh Ward now joined by John Fine. It is all Yellow Jackets right now, 27-7. They lead it over Franklinton. And John, you are going to let us know how this first half played out.
Yes, I will. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Jackets in the first quarter with a combined scoring drive total of 1 minute and 2 seconds. Impressive. 70-yard R.J. Johnson run with 11:35 left. Extra point bobbled, no good. 6-0 Jackets lead. 4:36 left. Johnson with 23-yard rushing touchdown, 13-0 Jackets. Jonas Clark with a fumble recovery for Denham Springs. Skylar Williams an interception for Franklinton. And then Byers a 57-yard run with 1:33 left. Extra point makes it 20-0. Franklinton trailing Denham at the end of the first quarter. And then Goldman, a 1-yard touchdown run, 3:24 left. Jackets go up 27-0. Franklinton gets on the scoreboard. Crane to McGee from 33 yards out. 1:47 left. It's 27-7. That's our halftime score. And listen to this. That score broke a streak of at least 1 hour and 58 minutes of game time that the Jackets had not relinquished a score. Now, I qualify this because, frankly, we don't know when Mandeville last scored in the first game, but as far as the last 2 game shutouts for the Jackets, and then until 1:47 left in the second quarter, that makes it at least 1 hour and 58 minutes and 13 seconds, if you want to get even more exact, of football that the Jackets defense had held the opposing team scoreless. Josh?
All right, John, and coming up, you will be joined by Coach Cab of the men's basketball team here at Denham Springs. Hoops night for us here, as you had Coach Rudy Smith from the girls and the Sporting Center Jackets warm-up, and now it'll be Coach Cab.
Looking forward to that.
That is coming up after this timeout on the Small Sliders halftime report. Back after this.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Randy Robertson is right here in Denham Springs to help you select the right protection at the right price. Randy will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Randy Robertson, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want a good deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Shirola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Shirola in Watson next to the post office.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, DJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. Chain Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, assistant, what's the best way to stay connected to my Demco account information?
It's easy to take control of your account by registering at demco.org.
What will I be able to do when I register?
Everything from viewing and paying your bill to reporting outages and contacting customer service. Also, sign up for text alerts to get the information you need when you need it. There's even an app for iPhone and Android. Register today at www.demco.org.
It is halftime of Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs with a 27-7 advantage over Franklinton. The Small Sliders halftime report. My name is John Fine, producer of Denham Springs football broadcast. We're joined by Coach Kevin Caballero, the head basketball coach for Denham Springs boys basketball. And Coach, let's go back, way back when. Redemptorist High School. What a great basketball tradition they have, and you were a big part of it. Talk about that.
Well, I don't know how big a part of it I was, John, but I was a part of it. Played for a remarkable coach there, Rick Huckabee. We had some really good players, and there was a few of us that were really good passers, and we used those good players, and we were fortunate enough my senior year to win a state championship, and school won several, and fell on some hard times there, and then the flood and all that, and it's no longer around, but the memories are still there.
Let's talk about that. Is it bittersweet when you look back at that, given the fact that the school is no longer there?
Oh, yes. Gary Dewey was coaching Chris DeRay, and I brought my assistant over into the old gym, and what looked like such a big place whenever we were playing there. We found out real fast it was really small, but the history in that building is unbelievable.
Recently speaking at the Denham Springs Athletic Association meeting was Yellow Jackets assistant women's basketball coach Bob Starkey, and we asked him about Tasman Mitchell. He said that Tasman was the hardest worker he's ever seen. And you did not get to coach Tasman, but very familiar with him. Talk about the all-time Denham Springs High School great Tasman Mitchell.
Yeah, Tasman helped us that one year, the flood year, whenever we were over at Live Oak, and he volunteered, and I would agree with Coach Starkey. Since I've known him, I've never seen a kid, or a young man, not a kid, represent and remember Denham Springs and LSU. He told me one time, he said he always knew once he left Denham he was going to be a Bayou Bengal, and he still is, and I'm real proud of him, and the Denham Springs community he should be as well.
Is he with his third coach now?
No, he was hired with Coach Wade.
Okay.
And so now he's with Coach McMahon, so this is
second coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Hopefully there won't be a third coach for him. Coach, talk about your summer program. How'd that go for you?
Oh, we did. We had a good summer program. We went to New Orleans. Coach Schlesinger over at UNO puts on a good little summer deal. It's a one-day deal. And then we went back to New Orleans and actually played Rummel in a JV varsity deal. And we played Central home and away. Got the kids over at Central's new gym. It's a really nice gym over at Central High. Played an Episcopal's tournament, and just had a good year with the kids, or a good summer with the kids, I'd say, and got some practice time in and some workouts.
How important is summer play for you, for your basketball program?
Oh, I think it's a big deal. We've got a really young team, so as much as we can get those kids to play and play together, some of them play AAU and stuff on other teams, but when you get an opportunity to play together against some teams that you usually don't play, like a Rummel. We played Hamilton Christian over in UNO's deal, so it's really good. Plus, it's a bonding deal too. Get the kids on the bus and in the 90-degree heat, and it gets them a little closer.
And being young, that's not a good thing when you're in District 5A, huh?
Well, I mean, you know, last year we had some success with those young guys, and they're a year older now. So we're hoping for the same. We hope that we can avoid injuries, which took a big toll on us last year. But no, you know, these guys are sophomores and juniors, but they've got some varsity experience under their belt. So we're looking forward to some good things this year.
You have a starting five yet?
Oh, well, not really. I got some of them out here on this football field, you know, and every time I see one like this, the young man, the Goldman kid, get hit there, and I got Mason Varese in the defensive backfield, who's been a 3-year starter for me. So, you know, Mason will start. He'll be our team captain. And but as far as the starting five, we've got it narrowed down to about 8 or 9.
Okay, who are some of those players?
Well, we've got, you know, on the seniors returning that we expect to see some playing time is Mason, of course, who's out here in football. So hopefully we won't get him back for a while. And we've got a young man by the name of Patrick Canaday, who was injured with concussions last year. He was out the last part of the season. Victor Nelson's also a senior who's going to see some playing time. And then Brock Smith, Coach Rudy Smith's son. Brock's a senior. He was honorable mention all-district, second team all-parish last year. And we expect a lot from him. A lot of responsibility is going to lie in Brock's hands. We've also got the O'Connor brothers. Jermaine was first team all-district last year and first team all-parish. And his brother J.K. Could possibly have been in that same level. However, he tore an ACL against Plaquemine, and he's back practicing but hasn't gotten released yet. So we'll see when that happens, and hopefully it's sooner than later.
How much is your heart in your hand and your stomach when you see your kids, you know, Varese and Goldman playing jacket football?
Well, I'm proud of them. I mean, you know, and I want them to do well, and I know they're not going to shy away from anything. So I don't know, you know, the young ones, that's one thing because you got them a little bit longer. But you know, Mason's future's in football. He just happens to be an outstanding young man, and I'm wishing him the best.
How about Goldman's future, or is it too early to tell?
Well, you know, both of those young men, you know, their brother was an unbelievable athlete here at Denham Springs. Both of those young men dressed varsity last year, played minutes. Actually, the quarterback started for us when we went over to Live Oak as a freshman. So I don't know. I hadn't seen a lot of their football, but both of them are very good basketball players.
Talk about the atmosphere that the Jackets athletic department has under Brett Beard, where it's really neat, where football and basketball do work with each other as far as sharing athletes go. It's not like that with every program.
No, I'm going to tell you, it's fortunate. As you can see, what a beautiful setting here, you know, tonight. All the coaches, the entire football staff, along with Coach Beard, great guys. Come to our games. We support each other. And I want the best for them, and I know they want the best for me. So that's a good feeling.
All right, Coach. Talk about the district you have coming up.
Well, you know, Walker's been very good in the district since I've been here. You know, Coach Skiro does a great job, and they've been blessed with a lot of talent. You see some of it playing the football field for LSU on Saturdays, and you're going to have Jalen Cook playing on the basketball court for LSU this year. And then you've got East Ascension, who is very big. East Ascension was very good last year. And, Dutchtown, Coach Hill does a great job with them. And, of course, Coach McGee over at Live Oak, working hard. And so I expect it to be a competitive district this year.
No Scotlandville, huh?
No Scotlandville, no Zachary. Miss them. I love those coaches over there. But, you know, we'll send them a Christmas card or something.
You schedule them non-district?
No, we don't. We're going to a Hall of Fame game at Zachary. Coach McClinton over at Zachary invited us. We're going to play Sulphur, I think, on November the 4th. I think it's the LSU-Alabama date. But we'll play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and look forward to that.
All right, Coach. Let's talk a little bit about your coaching staff.
I got Antonio Sterling with me, still been with me. Coach Sterling's been with me for over 10 years. This is our 9th, he and I, here. And then he was with me at Sterlington for several years. He's the best I've ever had. You know, and he takes care of the freshman program. He takes care of the varsity program. And then just a valuable asset. He's on the road a lot because he works a lot of these Chris Paul camps and some of the other camps, but it's afforded him a really nice coaching network that he's got all over the United States. And I think I made mention last year when we spoke, we hired Daniel Wingate. That name should be familiar. Wingate's son. Daniel's a young coach, energetic, brings a lot of energy that I can't bring, but he's really good to have. The kids like him, and he's doing a fine job for us.
What do you mean you can't bring the energy? Coach, you still got it. Hey, your facilities, now it's not brand spanking new like football and a new track and baseball and softball, yet there's a nice upgrading to the Jackets basketball facilities that sort of gives you a little bit of a facelift.
Yes, it has. The lighting in there is one of the things that's done. We've also, and hats off to Coach Dexter Thurber. I think he had a little bit to do with it. I think we're getting some landscaping around the Hornsby gym. So we're trying to keep up with the Joneses, but it's getting there, and as well as, the new facilities too.
Coach, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your great work at Denham Springs High School, and always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, John. Thanks for having me.
That's Coach Kevin Caballero, head boys basketball coach, Denham Springs High School. Jackets leading Franklinton 27-7. It is the Small Sliders halftime report. Josh Ward is next after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
Snack. What's that?
Support and patronage of these local businesses.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Your local authorized steel outdoor power equipment dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment. C&M Outdoor Power has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965. Known for their quality outdoor steel equipment and tools, C&M Outdoor Power will expertly service everything they sell, and C&M is here to answer all of your questions. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, your local steel dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment Sales and Service, corner of Florida Boulevard and Jupin Road in Denham Springs.
As we welcome you back in to the Small Sliders halftime report, it is Denham Springs 27 and Franklinton 7. Franklinton getting on the board late in that first half. Yellow Jackets Well, a pretty comfortable lead right now. Josh, we're now joined again by Mitch Covington. Thanks to Coach Cab for coming in and talking with John. And always good to see Coach Cab. And, again, thanks to Coach Rudy Smith coming in, the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. So, Mitch, as we kind of start looking towards the second half here, Yellow Jackets and both teams out on the field getting warmed up, just a few minutes away here from getting the second half ready. For the Yellow Jackets, I think it's a pretty simple recipe. R.J. Johnson.
Well, RJ and also Hudson Byers. So let's just say the run game has been very well tonight. Hudson's had his moments as well. He had a long touchdown run. The offensive line has been playing very well and opening up some holes. Coach Caskey's done a good job of mixing the inside and outside runs, so there's not a real strong key on exactly where we're going. We get some receivers motioning around and some fake jet sweeps and hands off to the running backs and keeping the defense on their toes a little bit, and had a really strong effort in the first half rushing. We don't have official stats and all things like that, but R.J. Johnson has to be near 150 yards rushing at halftime. Hudson Byers probably adding another 70 to 75 yards or so on the ground. And so great first half by the offensive line and the running backs in the rushing game.
All right, that will do it for the Small Sliders halftime report, brought to you by Small Sliders, now open in Denham Springs. Perfect for tailgating. It is the Small Sliders party pack of 25 sliders with a tray of fries. That is Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs. We are ready for second half action after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, Buddy's Barbecue, Adams Smoke Shop, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
About ready to get second half action underway here from Yellow Jackets Stadium. It will be Yellow Jackets kicking off to Franklinton to start this second half. Sam Hernandez has it teed up at the 40-yard line. And we are about ready here. And he will step up and he will kick this one. It will be a spot kick to the 30-yard line. It will be fielded there at the 30. And he'll get to about the 33-yard line on the return. For Franklinton is a Michael Brock. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for for Franklinton to start this second half.
Good job on the kickoff coverage. Jalen Matoya getting down the field quickly, and Franklinton's gotten away with that twice. The ball's hit the turf on these sky kicks, and you never know where it's going to land when it bounces right there. It could go anywhere, and the Jackets were flying down the field right there, and Matoya did a great job. As soon as the ball was corralled in by the Franklinton returner, he was right there to make the stop.
All right, so it will be 1st and 10 for the Demons to start the second half here. They will start it at their own 34-yard line. It will be Jacob Crane from the shotgun. He's got one receiver out to the far side, one to the near. He will send a man in motion. Here is a handoff in the backfield to Manuel. Manuel will be wrapped up and brought down for they're going to give him forward progression of about a yard to the 35-yard line. But again, this Yellow Jackets defense playing pretty well here tonight.
Nice job by the two inside linebackers, Kai Dwaron and Trevor Lewis, doing a good job. And on the inside, I know that's going to make Coach Wendell Evers very happy.
It will be 2nd down and 9, 35-yard line now for Franklinton as they check the sideline. It will be Crane working it from the shotgun. Has Manuel on the backfield. Manuel lined up to Crane's right. Two receivers out to the far side. We'll send a man in motion now. Here is a snap. Will be a jet sweep. It will be to McGee. McGee will get to the 40-yard line where it will be 3rd down now for Franklinton.
Good job running to the outside out there by Deshaun McBride to make the tackle before a really big gain right there. And just a little jersey update. A good friend of the show, Jake Williamson, kind of texted us and let us know. I mentioned earlier about our nose guard, and I kind of wasn't sure where it was last week, but Caden Davis is wearing 56 now, not his usual number 66, so he switched jerseys last week. That is Caden Davis in there at nose guard.
Will be 3rd and 5 now for Franklinton, 39-yard line. Here is Crane going to look to throw. He is going to be intercepted by the Yellow Jackets Jackets. That's Deshaun McBride at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and in for the touchdown. Deshaun McBride, his first pick 6 of the season.
Hopefully first of many, and we can say that because he had several last year, and just a great job of undercutting the out route, the slot receiver. McBride was matched up man-to-man on him. They tried to run a little quick out, and McBride jumped it quickly, scooped it in, and ran the rest of the way. Nothing but him and green grass in front of him, or green turf, let's say, in front of him as he headed to the end zone.
And Yellow Jackets will get a defensive score here on Deshaun McBride's interception.
That's 2 weeks in a row with a defensive score, right?
Maurice got the one late in the game last week, right?
That's right.
It will be Hernandez to attempt the extra point. Burrell will be the holder. Burrell gets the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. Extra point is through the uprights, and it is good. And it is Denham Springs 34, Franklinton 7. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
As we welcome back in, it is Yellow Jackets football, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Deshaun McBride with an interception for a touchdown, and that puts the Yellow Jackets to 34 and Franklinton 7, and it will be Sam Hernandez to kick it off to Franklinton now as he will have it teed up at the 40-yard line. Hernandez will step up, puts a boot into it, and it is going to be a squib kick, and it'll be down at the 29-yard line. Franklinton will start it from their own 29 here, so that offense has got to march right back out on the field for the Demons.
Yeah, it does, and it just looking a week ahead in my mind right now. I mean, this Jackets secondary is really playing lights out. I was thinking, what are the guys on the side thinking? Why are they throwing it number 6, Deshaun McBride? Well, they've tried Maurice. They can't get anything there. They've tried McBride a little bit. But, next week, St. Thomas More is going to come in here with one of the best passing attacks in the state. That's going to be so exciting to see how our defense can stand up for that one. But as of tonight, the defensive secondary is really playing locked down.
Excuse me, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Demons. Their own 29-yard line. Crane from the shotgun will get the snap. Will hand it off in the backfield to Austin. Austin will get to the 30-yard line. They will get him to the 31, where it'll be 2nd down for the Demons.
Not much running room right there. Really good job on the left side of the Jacket defense, stuffing it up for only about a 1-yard gain right here. And so is that McBride's first pick of the year, I believe? Or did he get a pick early on? I don't think he did. I thought he got his hands on one time.
I think there was one, but there was a penalty or something on it. That's right. Yeah,
I think he had one. There was a close call, I remember, early on, but he didn't quite get it. But, he kind of dropped a pass early on that could have got us a first down earlier in the game, but he made up for it easily right there by the pick 6.
All right, going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Demons. Here will be a fake handoff from Crane. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got an open receiver. He's going to be caught in stride at the Yellow Jacket 40 to the 30. It is going to be Brock on the reception for Franklinton, and they've got a big first down.
Tell you what, I was watching that route as it developed, and I've talked so well about Mason Maurice all year, and he is a great cornerback, but just give Franklinton a lot of credit on that one. Michael Brock ran a deep post, and he accelerated past him. He had about 2 steps and a good throw in there by Jacob Crane for a nice deep gain, deep post over the middle. So, there are some cracks, I guess, sometimes. You keep putting it up there, you might find some good plays eventually.
All right, going to be 1st and 10 for the Demons. Yellow Jacket 29-yard line. Handoff in the backfield to Emmanuel. Emmanuel going to the right. He is going to be tackled about the Denham Springs 23-yard line. On the tackle is Rancher Miller for the Yellow Jackets.
Another strong tackle. If you're not able to see this, if you're listening to us on the broadcast, Rancher Miller once again coming up with a strong tackle, doing a very good job from that safety position. He has had an excellent game in making the tackles, and he's not up there bringing these guys down by the shoestring. He's just tripping them up. He's making some strong, forceful tackles out there.
He sure is. 2nd and 4 now from the Denham Springs 23-yard line. It is going to be a quarterback keeper, Crane, and he is going to be wrapped up, and he will be brought down back at the line of scrimmage.
That's Caden Davis. So we just mentioned him at halftime. We found out that he had switched jerseys on us last week, but Caden Davis at the nose guard position really did a good job of getting into the backfield right there and making a tackle for probably a loss of 1 yard, looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to push him back a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 5 now from the 24-yard line.
Got a good fact right here. We got a quick moment, so we appreciate Mr. Robert Graves keeping us updated. But that pick six by Deshaun McBride gives him the Denham Springs career record for interception return for a touchdown. That's 3 in his career. It broke the record of 2 with Michael Early and Todd Burks.
Going to be 3rd and 5 now, 24-yard line of Denham Springs. Here is a pass to the 20-yard line. Got his man to the 15-yard line. On the reception for the Demons is Daniel McGee. First down, Franklinton.
And just to kind of finish up that thought from previous, so Michael Early is a young man I got to coach. He was a senior when I came back here to be an assistant coach and a great young man. And, of course, Todd Burks was a little bit older than me. I remember in junior high watching him make plays on the high school field. But so Deshaun McBride now a career leader in interception returns for touchdowns.
Will be 1st and 10 for the Demons from the Yellow Jacket 14-yard line. 8:08 left in the third quarter. 34-7, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Crane from the shotgun will get the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, throws it to the end zone. It is going to be caught for a touchdown. On the reception is McGee, as Franklinton will get on the board again.
I didn't quite see the coverage right there. We're normally a pretty strong man-to-man team, but there was a lot of little room right there on that skinny post as they completed. McBride was there. Rancher Miller was there somewhere. The receiver fitting in the middle. I don't know if we dropped into a zone or he just made a good route right there to beat us, but a nice little comeback there by the Franklin quarterback and receivers after the pick six to move back down quickly and get points on the board.
That will send Morales out to attempt the extra point. Here it is through the uprights. Extra point is good, and with 8:03 left in the third quarter, it is Denham Springs 34, Franklinton 14. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets football, 34-14. Denham Springs with the lead. Franklinton with the touchdown. And they will be kicking off to the Yellow Jackets. Here is the kick. Going to be a little squib kick, and it will be picked up at the 35, going back to the 30-yard line. Still on his feet at the 35 now. We'll get to about the 36, 37-yard line on the return. That is going to be Grant Crane again.
Yeah, same guys a little bit earlier. Squib kick through the middle of the field. That time it hopped over Caden Allen, and Crane came in and scooped it up and got picked up a few yards around the right edge.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets to start this one. They will start it from their own 36-yard line with a comfortable lead here. But, Franklinton showed some of their speed and ability to move the ball down the field on that previous.
They hit a couple big passes on us right there. Just when I threw out all the bouquets for the pass coverage, Franklinton hit a few plays.
All right, here it is on first down. It is going to be a handoff to Johnson. Johnson will get to the 40 as he will get across the 40, be brought down at the 43-yard line.
Good little run right there to start the drive. Another looks like 8-yard play, man. It looked like it was only maybe 4 or 5, but that just shows you how good of an offensive push we had from the line, that the whole line of scrimmage had moved back downfield farther than I originally thought, because that was an 8-yard gain, and it looked like about 4.
Yep, 2nd down and 2 now for the Yellow Jackets from their own 44-yard line. Goldman will work it from the shotgun, has Johnson in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the far side. Here is the snap. We'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson coming to the nearest sideline. We'll get it across the 45, and he'll get right to about midfield, and it will be first down for the Yellow Jackets, making it a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. You can play pool on one of Big Mike's 3 pool tables at Big Mike's.
That's that sweet play to the outside that we've had 2 touchdowns on, 2 long touchdown runs, one by RJ and one by Hudson Byers earlier. Right there was plenty enough to get the first down, about another 8-9-yard rushing play.
It will be 1st and 10, ball right at midfield. Goldman from the shotgun, 2 receivers out to the far sideline. Johnson will be lined up to Goldman's right. Sends a man in motion. Here is the snap. We'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson going to the left side. Gets to the Franklinton 45, the 40. He's at the 35. Will be pushed out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. But it's another first down for the Yellow Jackets. And that's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Happy hour 3 to 7 weekdays and all day on Sunday.
Franklinton had trouble lining up on that one. Our slot receiver, Tylen Haynes, was uncovered. Nobody on him and no safety anywhere near. If Goldman would have seen him, he could have popped up and thrown it to him quickly. However, that was where RJ was running the ball, and there was a big gap in the defense there. There was some kind of mix-up.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball will be from the Franklinton 31-yard line. Goldman will get the snap. We'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson will be hit, bounces off the defender, and will get to the 26-yard line. Check that, the 27-yard line.
Yeah, just something to keep an eye on. Our senior center, Vance Crow, I've seen a few times tonight in shotgun. We've been shotgun all night long. We're not really up under center anymore, just shotgun snaps. And Goldman's had to reach down near the turf to pick up several snaps, and that was another really low snap. And, maybe as the game progresses, Vance Crow might be getting a little bit tired, and those snaps are getting a little bit offline is where we need them. But that's just something over the course of tonight and the rest of the season. We need to make sure we clean that up.
Second down and 6 for the Yellow Jackets now, as they will play it from the Franklinton 27-yard line. And it is now time for the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. I'm feeling energized, and I have more money in my pocket, Mitch.
More money? How so?
Well, because I've been to the Water Tree where the first bottle for new customers is on the house.
Free? Now that fits my budget.
Hey, fits mine too, and that's at the Water Tree, Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Pro of Livingston. The number one choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of
Denham
Livingston.
Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is going to be first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Second and 6 from the 27-yard line. Here is Goldman out of the shotgun. We'll get it to, help me out here, Mitch, as we were coming back from commercial break there. That is going to be
Hunter Rotter with reception.
There you go. And it is going to be a first down for the Yellow Jackets. It will be a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Family-owned, children-friendly, incredible food, and locally owned by Big Mike O'Neill.
First play out of the break, I'm sorry, but we faked that sweep we've been talking about a while ago, and they ran a little bootleg action, and your senior tight end, H-back kind of position, fullback, Hunter Rotter, with his first catch of his career in a nice game.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Here's a handoff to, a pass now to Haynes, and Haynes at the 5 will get to the pylon, and he is going to be in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Tylen Haynes on the reception and score.
Yeah, that's another little play-action pass and a little getting Haynes out into the flats, and Goldman with a good throw to lead him and let him catch and run with it right there, and Haynes turned it upfield and got into the end zone. 2 weeks in a row, those two have hooked up for a touchdown pass, and so that's good to see. There's that Goldman, the sophomore receiver, is building some chemistry with these junior and senior receivers, and so far looking pretty good.
And it looks like
there was a dead ball. Okay. After the end zone,
gotcha.
There's going to be some kind of dead ball, unsportsmanlike. I don't know who it's against, but the touchdown's going to stand.
All right, so we will wait for them to sort this one out here, but nonetheless, it is Tylen Haynes with a score for the Yellow Jackets to extend their lead.
Tell you what, that's something we were lacking early in the year was some kind of explosive plays, just some big plays for the Jacket offense. Didn't see it early on in the year. Well, here we go. Last couple of weeks, we're getting a lot of big plays on the offensive side of the ball. You don't have to throw the ball way downfield to get those. That's a little short throw and a catch and a run by Tylen Haynes right there. We've been getting the running game going here tonight, and just very encouraged by what we see out this Jacket offense right now.
It will be Hernandez to attempt the extra point for the Yellow Jackets. Burrell will be the holder. It is going to be a bad snap, and Hernandez is going to have to pick it up, and he's going to try to take it himself, and he is not going to be able to get anywhere as he'll be tackled at the 10-yard line. So that is the second one on the night that the Yellow Jackets have had a hard time with, but they lead it 40-14 over Franklinton, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. State Farm's Brandy Robertson is your go-to agent in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. Try combining home and auto today. Brandy Robertson will help you mix and match things perfectly. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rate. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premium will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
As we welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football, speaking of Brandy Robertson, it is time for the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and health. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline and Cardis, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Here is the kickoff from the Franklinton 45-yard line. After the penalty is assessed against them, it will be Brock on the return as he will field it at the 10, gets to the 15, and will be tackled shy of the 20-yard line. But, Mitch, give us that scoring drive if you would.
That was a 2-minute and 35-second scoring drive. The Yellow Jackets went 64 yards. And then with 5:21 left in the third quarter, John Goldman finds Tylen Haynes on a 10-yard touchdown pass, and the Jackets have now scored their sixth Brandy Robertson State Farm scoring drive of the day, and so that we are up to 40 points now. Extra point no good, which is something that's happened twice tonight. And let's be honest, early in this year, we've had some bad punt snaps early on in the year. We've tried some different guys. This is field goal, different than the punt snaps, but we've had a couple of bobbles here. I'll be honest, I was looking down, writing things down, and I didn't see if it was a catch on the hold or the snap, but we got some issues to clean up on the snaps.
Going to be 1st and 10 for Franklinton. They're on 18-yard line. Handoff to Manuel in the backfield, going off to the right side, and he will be pushed out of bounds for a yard gain, maybe.
If I tell you a safety came up and made a tackle about 2 yards, and we're thinking about tonight, who you think made that tackle?
It's going to be Rancher Miller.
Rancher Miller, that's got to be 8 or 9 times by now. And he is doing very good job defensively. I just can't keep talking well enough about him.
So are you saying that it's personal?
It might be. I tell you, he had a rough game with him last year.
2nd and 9 from the 19-yard line. Here's the shot downfield. It is going to be incomplete, and guess who was in on the coverage?
I thought he was about to get a pick as soon as we were talking about him. They tried another deep post over the middle that time, but Rancher Miller was not matched up with someone else man-to-man. He was free safety, kind of free to help out, and, boy, he sprinted back there and got 2 hands on the football. Thought he was about to bring in an interception, but he was able to break up the play right there, and pretty good coverage by Hawkins on the outside, but Rancher Miller came from the inside and almost brought it down.
All right, going to be 3rd down and 9 now for Franklinton as they will now face a 3rd and long from their own 19-yard line. Crane from the shotgun will get the snap as he drops back, looking to throw. Got to his receiver at the 20, gets to the 25-yard line on the reception as Cy Austin for Franklinton and brings up 4th down now.
Good tackle there to keep him short of the first down by Brian Hawkins, our cornerback on the top side of the field right now. Little screen action. Tailback slipped out the backfield, screen on the right side of the field, and Brian Hawkins came off his cornerback position and made the tackle to stop him short.
Going to be 4th and short. It'll be 4th and 2 from their own 26-yard line. They will send out the punt team. It will be Varice back to receive. He stands back about his own 47-yard line. Here is the snap. Punt is away. And Yellow Jackets will let this one go. It will go out of bounds around midfield, so we'll see where they spot this one. But it'll be Yellow Jackets first down after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
As we welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football, 40-14. Yellow Jackets with the lead over Franklinton. It is going to be 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive from their own 47. Goldman will stay in at quarterback. He will send a man in motion. That's Haynes. Will hand it off in the backfield to Johnson. Johnson will escape one tackle and then will escape another one. Almost. He almost got the shoestrings over it, and he's down on the turf, and he looks like he is Once in pain there right at the 45-yard line.
He tried to hop out of a tackle, and the guy had his hands on his leg, and you could tell when he landed after that one that he landed very softly and went down quickly and started reaching on his leg, and I groaned kind of in the middle of your call right there, but you could see the injury was happening.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see this right now, just such a great night that he's been having. And, I mean, last week you talk about what he did and then started off quick here tonight, so this looks to be a bit problematic for the Yellow Jackets.
We have no way of knowing, what it's going to be, but other than we know it's a lower leg injury because you could just see that he tried to hop out of the tackle, and he did. He was breaking the tackle, but the kid had his foot in his hands, and he got twisted or something, and when RJ did finally land, he hopped real quick and got on the ground and started grabbing his leg.
All right, 3:44 left here in the third quarter. It is Denham Springs 40. Franklinton 14 as R.J. Johnson is being helped up and off the field here. So
he looks better right now than we feared, so that's good news.
Yes, it is. He is favoring the leg, obviously, but coming off the field, walking on his own. So that's good to see there because it looked a little it looked
just scared
bad.
him.
Yes.
I think it scared him real quick. Like I said, he tried to hop out of the tackle, and the guy had two hands on his ankle. And he felt something twist in there quickly, but the good news is he walked off on his own. They didn't have to kind of put anybody under his shoulders or around, anything like that. And now he's talking to the training staff on the sideline right here, and it looks like I see him trotting a little bit now. So shouldn't be anything long-term right here. That's good to see.
Going to be second down and 11 now for the Yellow Jackets. They will play it from their own 46. It will be Goldman handing off in the backfield to Byers, who checks in for Johnson. Byers gets across midfield and into Franklinton territory to the Demon 48-yard line.
Yeah, nice job up front with Vance Crow, your senior, and Caden Barber, the right guard, doing a really good job of getting out there and sealing those defensive tackles and helping Byers to help get to the edge of the defense.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 now for the Yellow Jackets from the Franklinton 48-yard line as we continue to see R.J. Johnson move around on the sideline, and Byers will stay in the backfield. He will be lined up to Goldman's right. Goldman will send Haynes in motion. Will hand it off to Byers. Byers will get to the 45 and will be tackled about the 43-yard line of Franklinton and should be enough for another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's.
Yeah, I have a feeling RJ's night may be over. Just a little bit of a scare right there, but the Jackets do have a comfortable 40-14 lead right now. Hudson Byers is having a really strong night running the football as well. Plus, we got other couple of guys that can fill in if needed at this point in the game. And so I think the good news is it doesn't look like it's going to be anything long-term.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Franklinton 43-yard line. Handoff in the backfield to Byers. And Byers is going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play back to the 45-yard line. So a good defensive pressure right there by Franklinton.
Yeah, got a defensive end in the backfield pretty quickly. A little play fake to a receiver on a jet sweep and tried to hand it to Byers up the middle. But Franklinton wasn't fooled by it. Elisha Hart, the junior defensive tackle, was able to get in the backfield quickly and a tackle for a loss.
Yep, will be 2nd down and 12 now for Denham Springs from the Franklinton 45-yard line. Minute 50 left here in the third quarter. 40-14, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Goldman from the shotgun. We will have a timeout on the field, and it will be called by Franklinton. They'll use their first of the half, and we will take it with them. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, guys. This is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe. However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life. So whether you're hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes of Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well. So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
It is going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Yellow Jackets from the Franklinton 45-yard line. Here's Goldman looking to throw out of the shotgun. Got him at the 35, the 30. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. Going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line. And on the reception for the Yellow Jackets is LaBeouf.
Colton LaBeouf coming across the middle on a slant, kind of a little deep slant, not really like shallow, but not a deep post either. Jean Goldman, that was an impressive throw right there. We had Byers working out to the flats, trying to get the defense running out that way, and he found LaBeouf coming back across the middle of the field on the slant route. He zipped it in there very quickly through the linebackers, and good catch and run with Colton LaBeouf.
All right, it is going to be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Byers. Previous play was a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike stays open late after Denham Springs football games. Check it out at Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Going to be 2nd and goal now for the Yellow Jackets. It will be from the 3-yard line.
Jackets are trying to punch it in one more time. Going to add some points on the board, but just looking at the progression of a young quarterback right here, we might be kind of getting on to something a little bit here. Goldman had a good game last time, and here today we did have very early in the game one underthrown ball, but other than that, he has been very sharp and putting the ball in places where it needs to be and picking up a good 3rd down pass on that last one.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Here's a handoff to Byers. Byers will try to work it to the left side. He will get right to the goal line. It looks like they're going to be just short as they will make it between the 1-yard line and the goal line, so it'll be 3rd and goal now from the half yard.
And as we got the last 20 seconds of the 3rd quarter ticking off, the Jackets are going to let it kind of the clock kill right here and then play the 4th quarter.
All right, so that will do it for 3rd quarter action here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We head to the 4th. Denham Springs 40, Franklinton 14. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the law office of IBL Graham, Brian Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Remember, local and loco when you think of Maria's Mexican Restaurant. Local and Happy Abarca family is from Denham Springs and has been serving great Mexican food at Maria's for almost 40 years. Loco means crazy, and you'd be crazy not to eat at Maria's. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas, my amigos, it's all great at Maria's. So be local and don't be loco by eating at Denham Springs High School graduate David Taco Abarca's Maria's Mexican Restaurant, Florida Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of James Drug Store.
As we welcome back in, Yellow Jackets Football Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. It is 4th quarter action about to get underway here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. If you're for the good guys, which is us, it is a good night to be a Yellow Jacket, as it always is. But Yellow Jackets with a commanding lead here in the 4th quarter, or to start the 4th quarter, rather, at a 40-14 advantage.
It's been a strong night both offensively and defensively for the Jackets, and we just continue to see the offense evolve. We've seen a lot more McBride and Varese on the offensive side of the ball in the last couple of weeks, and they've kind of helped open some things up. But even on this drive right here, not using either one of them, Tylen Haynes and Colton LaBeouf are doing a great job catching passes.
3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Here's a handoff to Byers. Byers will put his head down and will be in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Just a strong drive right there. Capped it off with Hudson Byers coming off the left side of that offensive line. Just the offensive line doing a great job out there tonight. Make sure those guys know that they're doing well. Jackson Martin, Jaden Buchanan, we mentioned earlier, Caden Barber, Christopher Ferguson, and Vance Crow. Those guys have had a phenomenal night, opened up a lot of running room, and that's exactly what the Jackets have been needing the last 3 weeks of trying to shore up that offensive line, open up some running room for the running backs, and boy, have they tonight.
Hernandez will come on to attempt the extra point. Burrell will be the holder. Here's a snap. Hold is down. It is a good, and it is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. 11:57 left in the 4th quarter. It is Denham Springs 47, Franklinton 14. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs 47, Franklinton 14, as it will be Hernandez to kick it off from the 40-yard line after that touchdown. And coming up in just a moment here, we will have our Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. We will wait till this kickoff here. Hernandez has it teed up at the 40. He will step into it, put a boot on it, and it'll be a squib kick to the 30-yard line and be tackled shy of the 35. But it is time for another Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Health. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Sumrall, Amanda Cook, Pauline Incardis, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
That was a 60-yard scoring drive, and it took 3 minutes and 54 seconds off the clock. The Jackets were able to punch it in after the quarter change, and with 11 minutes and 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter, a Hudson Byers 1-yard touchdown run puts the Jackets up 47-14.
That's the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. I think after tonight I'll be able to see that in my sleep.
I like that. I like it. We get a lot of Big Mike's first downs. We get a lot of Brandy Robertson's scoring drives, and those are the kind of nights we like to have.
Those are the nights we kind of like to have around here, and we do have a flag on the play here, so it looks like it'll be a replay of the first down.
Yeah, we had a jump right there.
Yeah,
looks like it may have been Zachary Williamson, a little bit excited right there in the game at nose tackle, and first sound, he hopped off the ball ready to make the tackle. Problem was they hadn't snapped it quite yet.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 5 now for Franklinton from their own 38-yard line after the 5-yard penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Crane will work it from the shotgun, drops back, looks to throw, taking a shot downfield. Wide open receiver, it's McGee. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Franklinton.
You know, we saw some of that last year, and that was a concern coming in tonight that those guys are going to chunk some balls down the field and make some things happen. And fortunately for us, it hasn't happened that often tonight, but that's the second time they got behind the Jacket defense. That was Brian Hawkins in coverage, but I see him talking with some players. I don't know if there was supposed to be a switch or something because the receiver was well past the defense on that one, just a deep post on a one-play drive.
It will be Morales coming in to attempt the extra point now for Franklinton. Here is a snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. 11:43 left in the fourth quarter. Denham Springs 47, Franklinton 21. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your locally owned full-service dry cleaner in Denham Springs is Quick and Handy Cleaners. Quick and Handy Cleaners can expertly handle all of your dry cleaning needs with friendly Livingston Parish hometown service. Quick and Handy Cleaners. Family owned and operated by Scooter and Kay Keene, and serving Livingston Parish for 50 years. Quick and Handy Cleaners at 397 East Railroad with locations in Walker and Watson. Quick and Handy Cleaners.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
47-21, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Franklinton with a how far was that one, Mitch? That was a pretty good. Throw right there by Crane.
Had to been about a 65-yard touchdown.
Here is the kickoff from the 40-yard line. Going to be a squib kick towards the middle of the field. It's going to be picked up by Reese at the 25-yard line. Gets to the 30, shakes a tackler. Still trying to get some north and south. Gets to the 35-yard line. Now going to reverse field. He's at the 40. The 45 across midfield has a blocker. He's at the Franklinton 40. Now he's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Mason Reese from about the 25-yard line picks it up and brings it all the way for a punt return. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
0 flags this time. Well, I say that. Somebody just threw one just now. That's way after the play, but 0 flags on the return. You know, they're trying to squib kick to keep it away from Mason Varese, but sometimes if you kick it hard enough, you can get those guys to, hey, let it go through to get to the back guy, and y'all block in front. Mason Varese picked it up, started to the right side of the field, and got about 10, 15 yards, and then as he hit a wall of Franklinton defenders, cut back, reverse field, and then he found a wall of blockers for the Jackets, and he accelerated through the middle of the field right there and took it the distance. So he had one taken back by penalty earlier this game, but he finished it off that time.
Yep, and that would be his second of the season, right? He had one last. No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the interception for a
He had an
touchdown.
interception return last week. Interception return last week,
Right,
and then
yeah.
he had the kickoff return here tonight. He's had several really good kickoff returns this season back to near midfield. So Jackets have been very strong in the kickoff return game this season, and that's good to see. And he also like it for that young man who had one taken away from him earlier tonight, and then he went ahead and got it on the board tonight on this last one later on.
Hernandez will come on to attempt the extra point. Carson Burrell will be the holder, and I think the penalty will go on the kickoff. So we'll wait to see what that is. It will be Burrell waiting for the snap here.
Let's look for some good execution this time.
Waits for the snap, gets it, and it is going to be a bad snap. He has to try to bring it down. Now he's going to try to get it himself. He is going to go towards the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Elijah Butler in the end zone there, but Yellow Jackets again with a little bit of issue there on the extra point snap. So it will be 53-21. Yellow Jackets with the lead. 11:25 left here in the game. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
You might know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has great service. She's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
All right, so Mason Varese with the return from about the, what were we saying about the 25-yard line, Mitch? 27 officially? What's that? 77-yard return. Thank you, John.
So let's go with the 23. It's where he picked it up.
Wait,
Trying my
we're
math
just
skills.
trying to
Trying my math skills here.
All right, so the penalty will be against the Yellow Jackets, so they will be kicking this one off from their own 25-yard line. Sam Hernandez will be kicking off after the penalty assessed against the Yellow Jackets.
Going to need some good coverage here. When you're kicking off from your own 25, you really don't have a lot of room to kick it short. You got to try and kick it back there most time as deep as you can. But looking for Ravius Williams to do another good job on kickoff coverage. He made a tackle a while ago, and he's done a good job all year long.
All right, so here's the kickoff. It is going to be fielded by Franklinton at their own 40-yard line, getting to the 45. Getting to midfield for Franklinton, and it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Demons. On the return was Cy Austin for the Demons.
And in that time, it was back to Grant Crane. We mentioned Grant Crane's name a little bit earlier on kickoff returns. That time he was hustling downfield, making a good tackle on the kickoff coverage. But, of course, with us being backed up for the penalty, Franklinton now is starting with possession at midfield.
Yep, they will start this one 1st and 10, ball right at midfield. 11:19 left in the fourth quarter. Crane from the shotgun will get the snap, hands it off to Emmanuel. Emmanuel goes right up the middle, gets into Yellow Jackets territory as he'll be tackled at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, but then, Jacket defense perhaps is kind of relaxed a little bit and taking their foot off the gas, and Franklinton's found some movement on offense right now.
2nd and 1, Yellow Jacket 41-yard line for the Demons. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Manuel. Manuel will go forward. He gets to the Denham Springs 35 and will be brought down at the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st down for Franklinton.
And then I say that not meaning that we have subbed a bunch of guys in. We still got a lot of our main starters and our main rotators are in the game at the moment. It's just Franklinton hit a play or two over the top and got a little bit of confidence right now. And even though the Jackets are well up on the scoreboard, the Franklinton's offense has woken up here.
1st and 10, 34-yard line of Yellow Jackets for Franklinton, and it will be incomplete at the 35-yard line as Crane unloads that one. Intended receiver was Michael Brock. 2nd down for the Demons.
Trying to hit a little quick screen on the outside. You got 2 receivers. You're going to throw it to the outside receiver. Hope the inside guy can block off one of the defenders and give the guy a little room to catch and run. But Jackets had pretty tight coverage over there, and the throw went through the hands.
Going to be 2nd down and 10 for Franklinton from the Denham Springs 34. Crane from the shotgun. Waits the snap, gets it. Will hand it off to Manuel, who will go forward. He will get to the Denham Springs 31.
About a 3-yard gain, and Kai Dwaron, the inside linebacker right there, are ready to make a tackle and doing a good job of still playing hard here in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Going to be 3rd down 7 now for Franklinton. Yellow Jacket 31-yard line. Crane from the shotgun. There's 2 receivers out to the far side, 1 to the near, and we've got some movement. We've got a flag on the play as the Yellow Jackets going for a little early start there.
Like I said, we've lost focus a little bit defensively. The last drive they had the ball, the first play, we jumped off sides before they snapped it. Here they are on 3rd and 7, and a defensive tackle getting a little bit too quick out of their stance right there. Another defensive offsides. At that time, that was Darius Scott. These guys weren't doing that earlier in the game, but right now we're getting too jumpy.
3rd and 2 from the 26-yard line now, and Crane will do a hard count. Then he will check towards the sideline. So he will wait for some instructions here. Gets it. It will be Austin in the backfield, lined up to Crane's left. Here is a snap. Will be a handoff to Austin, who is hit immediately and going to be stopped for no gain as he gets right back to the line of scrimmage.
Senior outside linebacker Blaine Gibbs, one of the guys there to help corral the ball carrier before they could get the first down. So Franklinton now facing a 4th and 2. And the Jacket defense is wanting to play strong here and it's keep points off the board and try and get a turnover on downs.
9:30 left in the 4th quarter. It is Denham Springs 53, Franklinton 21. Here is the snap. It'll be a handoff in the backfield to Austin again, and he'll be brought down for a loss on 4th down, and that'll be a turnover on downs. The Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. We'll be right back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Back on Yellow Jackets football, it'll be Jerry Horn checking in for the Yellow Jackets. He'll hand it off in the backfield to Paul. Paul will get across midfield and be pushed out of bounds about the 40-yard line of Franklinton. We'll see where they'll mark it down. Looks like it's going to be the Franklinton 41, but that's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Come book your personal private party in one of Big Mike's banquet rooms.
Sophomore tailback Brenton Paul getting in the game, and the first time he touches the ball, got some fresh legs, and he goes sprinting through the left side of the Jacket offensive line, and with a big gain right there. So good to see Brenton Paul getting some good action.
Yep, it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. They quickly get into Franklinton territory to the 41. Jerry Horn again in at quarterback. It'll be Paul again who will get across the 40 to the Franklinton 39-yard line.
If you've listened in the second half the last couple of weeks, we've had a chance to get some of these younger guys into the game. And Brenton Paul, once again, getting some action here late in the game that the Jackets have done a good job of getting a lead and looking really sharp in the backfield at the moment. Jerry Horn, I think you mentioned, is now in the game at quarterback right here, trying to get himself back from injury and shake off the cobwebs a little bit.
Going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Yellow Jackets from the Franklinton 39-yard line. Horn will work it from the shotgun. Will get the snap. Delayed handoff in the backfield to Paul. Paul will get to the Franklinton 30 and be tackled inside the 30 to the Franklinton 28-yard line. Guess what? Make that another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Visit Big Mike's website and check out Big Mike's on Facebook.
A nice counter play right there. You got your right guard, Caden Barber, pulling around the left side and picking up a key block to spring Brenton Paul through the hole, and Brenton Paul did a good job of finding that seam and accelerating through, and another positive gain.
And your center, Vance Crow, having to come off the field right now as he is favoring his left ankle, I believe. So we'll keep an eye on that. But it will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Franklinton 28-yard line. Here is Horn. We'll hand it off again to Paul. Paul come to the near sideline at the 25. Will be tackled just shy of the 20. And it will be 2nd down as the clock runs with 7:58 left in the 4th quarter. And it is Yellow Jackets 53, Franklinton 21.
That's probably going to come back for a hold on Grant Kane over there. We've talked well about him on the kickoff coverage, doing a really good job, and on kickoff returns. He's in the game right now as one of the H-backs, kind of your fullback spot, helping block off the edge. Kind of had a little bit handful of jersey on that one, so that one's going to back up. But, you mentioned Vance Crow being limping off the field over here after that. It's a tough spot when you're up 53-21. Coach, you're in that decision. Do we bring in a whole new second group of offensive line, or do we try and sub a couple of guys in and out at a time? Of course, we want to make sure we have good snaps and aren't being sloppy, and Vance Crow, our senior starter, is still in there, and then that could be a dangerous spot if you get hurt late in the game like this.
Going to be 1st and 18 now for the Yellow Jackets, 36-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Paul, and Paul's going to be wrapped up for no gain on the carry. So penalty against the Yellow Jackets is what pushed them back, so they will now have it 2nd down and 18.
Yep, so we'll see here if the Jackets decide to put the ball in the air, just leave it in the ground and keep the clock running, but second and playing really long right now. Some of the receivers we have in the game are sophomores Caden Lewis, sophomores Sean Goldman, the twin brother of the quarterback, John Goldman. Sean's in the game right now at receiver. Also looking at lining up in the formation right now is Cameron Brown.
All right, so 2nd and 18, Franklinton 36-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Paul. Paul going off to the right side will get across the 35-yard line, going to be brought down at the 33.
And so now going to be playing 3rd and 14, but the most important thing at the moment, the clock is rolling. We're down to 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Jackets with a comfortable 53-21 lead. And so, coaches can either decide to try and put the ball in the air to pick up the first down or maybe keep it on the ground and keep that clock rolling.
3rd down and 15, 33-yard line of the Demons for the Yellow Jackets. Horn from the shotgun has 3 receivers to the near sideline. Here is the snap. Horn will drop back, looks to throw. Got a clean pocket. Going to run to his left now. Got a pressure coming. Going to escape one. Gets to the 30-yard line, the 25, the 20, and will tiptoe out of bounds around the 20-yard line. We have flags all over the field. So we'll wait to see what that one's about. But Jerry Horn, with a pretty clean pocket, chooses to run it.
Yeah, we had receivers running deep downfield trying to get to the first down sticks, and I think Franklinton had some guys back there, so Horn did a good job rolling around the end. But that flag is going to be a 2023 state of football flag. In 1993, when I played, that would have been a great hit and on all the highlight reels. But your senior receiver that I just mentioned a while ago, Cameron Brown, came back to help make a big block to get Jerry Horn to the first down marker, and he hit him in front. It wasn't a clip, but you just can't do the blindside blocks anymore. If the defender doesn't see you coming, you just got to shield your way up there. You can't go in and make a big hit, and Cameron made a big hit, and it looked good right there, but you just can't do that right now in 2023 the way they referee football. So that's going to come back for a blindside block.
All right, so it is 3rd and, we'll wait to see. Well, I guess so it'll go from the 20 where he stepped out, and then they'll do the penalty, so that makes it 3rd and 19 now.
But we'll get into the water break.
Yeah, that brings us to the final water tree of Denham Springs hydration break. Bottles of premium, classic, and natural antioxidant alkaline H2O and product pH from 7.5 to 10.5, Mitch.
Josh, I went to Denham and McNeese, not Harvard. Can you please simplify that?
I sure will. The water tree may help you feel better, look better, and live longer with perfect hydration. That's the water tree, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Karam Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
It will be 3rd down and 19 for the Yellow Jackets. It will be from the Franklinton 37-yard line. Horn from the shotgun will send a man in motion. Here is the snap, has pressure coming. He's going to have to roll, going to get rid of this one, and it is going to be incomplete at the 35-yard line. Intended receiver was Slade Daigle, and it's 4th down for Denham Springs.
The Jackets were setting up a screen on the left side. We sent Britton Paul in wide motion up top. A lot of receivers setting up top. We tried to slip Slade Daigle out the left side on a little delayed screen, but pressure was in Horn's face. He had to kind of roll around that, did a good job of releasing it, so we didn't get a sack, but we just couldn't get the screen going.
Will be 4th down and 19 for the Yellow Jackets. They will have it from the Franklinton 37-yard line. Offense will stay on the field. Jerry Horn from the shotgun has Paul in the backfield, trips out to the far sideline. Here is the snap. He drops back, looking to throw, fires it towards the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete in the end zone. Intended receiver was Cam Brown, and it's a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st down for the Demons after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
C&M Outdoor Power Equipment and Skag Lawnmowers, a winning combination. C&M Outdoor Power Equipment provides the highest quality Skag products and services for their customers, and C&M is always there to answer questions, with customers leaving C&M knowing how to use and maintain their purchased equipment properly. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, C&M has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965, featuring Skag mowers. That's C&M Power Sales and Service, corner of Florida and Cuban in Denham Springs.
Going to be 1st and 10 for Franklinton. They will start at their own 37-yard line. 53-21, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Here is Creighton. Nope, we're going to have a new quarterback for you here in just a moment. Going to be a handoff in the backfield. Checking in at quarterback for Franklinton is going to be Jaden Burkhalter.
And then now Franklinton making a few subs right here, and the Jackets do have a really fresh group of young men out there at the moment, so hopefully we don't get any of our starters banged up at this point of the game, and so kind of got a little JV scrimmage going on right here for the last 6 minutes.
It will be Burkholder out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 7 from his own 40-yard line.
Getting my roster ready. I don't know some of these guys.
That's right. Here's a handoff in the backfield. That's going to be to Austin. Austin trying to go off to the left side, and he will get across the 40 and get to his own 42.
You know, we should know some of these guys. We've seen them the second half of these last 2 games that we've been playing out there. But I see right there, one tackle right here, Cole Curtis, a sophomore offensive lineman says, if the numbers are correct, okay, 92, not 62. So let me go back. Oh, that's Caden Schutz. 92 is Caden Schutz. I thought for a second there it was 62, but Caden Schutz, a sophomore nose guard. Good young man. He did play for me at Denham Springs Junior High. And,
of course he did.
He did, but Schutz doing a good job out there.
Going to be 3rd and 5 now for Franklinton. Their own 42-yard line. Burkhalter from the shotgun. High snap. We'll bring it down. We'll hand it off to Austin. Austin will get to the 45 and will get to his own 46-yard line. We'll bring up 4th and short now for Franklinton as the clock runs with 4:15 left here in the 4th quarter.
Good tackle there by your sophomore linebacker, Caden Allen, and then also your safety, Lucas Gillen, sophomore safety, getting in there and helping clean that up and keeping them short. So Franklinton going to leave the offense out on 4th and 1.
Will be 4th and 1, their own 46-yard line. Got to get to the 47 to move the sticks. Burkhalter from the shotgun. Waits for the snap, gets it, hands it off to Austin. Austin will get to the 47, makes a move, gets across midfield to the Yellow Jacket 49-yard line. It'll be 1st down for the Demons.
Did just enough to get off that right edge. Looked like Lucas Gillen was going to be in there, maybe have a chance to make a tackle. He was fighting off a blocker, and the running back was able to bounce to the edge and pick up the needed yards.
All right, so they'll give him the 48-yard line where Franklinton will have it 1st and 10 in Yellow Jacket territory.
You know, I see in there senior linebacker Brian Moore. I was watching last week. I know he made a big tackle, and I heard, that Coach Evers was real happy for him, a senior linebacker that doesn't get a lot of playing time, and I see he's in the game again right now.
Burkhalter, just a freshman quarterback for the Demons. So 1st down will be a handoff to Austin. Austin going off to the far sideline. He gets a 1st down and more as he will be pushed out of bounds at the Yellow Jacket 36-yard line.
Saw some good speed there by the junior defensive back, Jalen Matoya. I mentioned his name earlier on kickoff coverage, and it looked like the running back had the edge and was about to make a big gain, and then he kind of come out of nowhere and dove at his feet and made the tackle and stopped a really big gain.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of Denham Springs for Franklinton. Burkhalter out of the shotgun will hand it off to Austin again. Austin coming to the right, gets to the 30-yard line. He's off to the races at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Cy Austin.
Tell you what, we are trying to put some points on the board tonight. Both squads now in this 4th quarter, man, there's been a lot of points. We scored 21 between both teams, I think, in about the first 30 seconds of the 4th quarter, and it hadn't slowed down much since then.
Well, all I'm thinking of is how exciting the Ralph Silver Chevrolet postgame show is going to be with John Fine's recap.
He's got a lot to recap. I'm telling you, there was 3 touchdowns in about the first 30 seconds of the 4th quarter. I know we've scored again since then. They've scored just now, so that's a lot of points in the 4th quarter.
Morales to attempt the extra point. Here's the kick. It is going to be through the uprights. Extra point is good. 2:51 left in the 4th quarter. Yellow Jackets 53, Franklinton 28. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, assistant, what's the best way to stay connected to my Demco account information?
It's easy to take control of your account by registering at demco.org.
What will I be able to do when I register?
Everything from viewing and paying your bill to reporting outages and contacting customer service. Also, sign up for text alerts to get the information you need when you need it. There's even an app for iPhone and Android. Register today at www.demco.org.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
It will be Franklinton to kick off from the 40-yard line. Here's Morales' kick. It will be Paul back to receive, and he will get it at the 12-yard line to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, still on his feet, 35-yard line, still on his feet, gets to his own 39-yard line, and it will be first down for the Yellow Jackets. 2:42 left here in this fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets 53, Franklinton 28. So really good night here for the Yellow Jackets, Mitch, and this one isn't over, but for all intents and purposes, this will be a good win for the Yellow Jackets.
Definitely is a good win. Another step in the right direction after a slow start. The Jackets are going to be putting their third win in a row on the board, and so like to see that momentum as we move closer and closer to district play.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 40-yard line. Horn from the shotgun will hand it off in the backfield. That's going to be Slade. Slade coming to the near sideline, gets to the 45, will be tackled or pushed out of bounds, rather right around midfield. So we'll see where they spot this one. Looks like it's going to be to the Franklinton 49-yard line, which would make it a first down for the Yellow Jackets and a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Big Mike's has live music on the weekends, so go check that out. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
Nice run there to start this drive by Slade Daigle off the left edge, and these young guys are excited. They want to get out there. They want to run the plays. They want to show what they've been working on. A lot of these guys are JV players right now, and they played a JV game on Tuesday night, and they get this chance here in a varsity game on Friday night. They want to make plays as well.
Slade Daigle, just a junior for the Yellow Jackets, so have an opportunity to get some Friday night action for him, and next year he'll be one of those guys in the mix for sure. It'll be 1st and 10. Franklinton 49-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Horn from the shotgun has Daigle in the backfield. It is going to be over Horn's head. Daigle will take it himself, and he is going to be tackled for a loss on the play back to his own 42-yard line.
Yeah, high snap that came in right there. We've got the backup group of offensive linemen in there and a snap over Horn's head. But Daigle did a great job of seeing the high snap and went behind Jerry Horn and brought it in over his shoulders, like an over-shoulder catch, and caught it and tried to run and get some yards, but got hit for a big loss. Positive news with that being, though, the clock is still rolling, and with less than 2 minutes, I believe if we don't turn the ball over or run out of bounds right here, that the game will run out in the last couple of plays.
Yep, down to 1:10 left here in the fourth quarter. 53-28 Yellow Jackets with the lead. It is going to be second down and 19 from their own 42-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Horn from the shotgun. We'll let the play clock get down to about 3 seconds. We'll hand it off in the backfield to Daigle, and Daigle will be stood up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Should just
and then we're going to get one more snap
play.
after this one. Yep. Or they're going to go ahead and let it roll. I think they're going to be slow with the clock. A little friendly clock keeper knowing that everybody's kind of ready to go. Franklinton, Denham, everybody. So they let that play clock with a delayed start so that we could go ahead and in this one.
They're going to go ahead and end this one, and the Yellow Jackets will get the win, making it a Bank Plus Jackets win. Visit Bank Plus for all of your personal and business financial needs. That's Bank Plus at 833 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. 53-28. The final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. When we return, it'll be the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show. Brought to you by Ralph Sellers Chevrolet, just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Sellers Chevrolet, located at 15015 Florida Boulevard, and is open for your automotive needs. Ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts manager at Ralph Sellers Chevrolet is Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The News also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Demco wants to give you the knowledge to get power smart. Simple tips that can help you conserve energy and save money. Sealing air leaks around windows and doors is a good start. Smart thermostats and improved insulation are great ways to make a bigger difference. There are many more ways to save energy and money. So when you're ready to make a big-time power move, download our free do-it-yourself energy audit checklist at demco.org.
Welcome back in to the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet post-game show. 53-28, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Yellow Jackets with the win over Franklinton will improve to 3-1 on the season. I'm Josh Ward, now joined in the booth by John Fine. And John, you're going to have a fun one recapping this one because there was a lot going on, so it's all yours.
Really was. Started out with an 88-yard Mason Varese kickoff return for a touchdown. Not so fast, negated by a penalty. Mason would make amends for that later. Denham Springs scores 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, all by runs, all relatively quickly. As Mitch Covington pointed out, the Jackets' combined time on their 3 scoring drives was just over 1 minute. R.J. Johnson with a 70-yard run with 11:35 left made it 6-0 after the extra point was blocked, no good. Then a 23-yard run by R.J. Johnson with 4:36 left. Jackets go up 13-0. Jonas Clark with a fumble recovery for the Jackets, and Byers with a 57-yard run. Extra point, again, some problems. Jackets had 3 flubs on extra points, which is kind of sort of a pleasant problem. Jackets need to rectify that, but nevertheless to go up 20-0 at the end of the first quarter, and that was the score heading into the second quarter. Jackets go up 27-0 with Goldman, a 1-yard run with 3:24 left, and then Franklinton gets on the scoreboard. Crane to McGee, 33-yard touchdown pass, 1:47 left in the half. Jackets lead narrow to 27-7. We're 27-7 heading into the third quarter. Deshaun McBride with a pick 6 from 39 yards. He picks it off and runs it into the end zone. 10:33 remaining in the third quarter. Jackets go up 34-7. Crane to McGee for Franklinton from 14 yards out. Denham Springs' lead is narrowed to 34-14. Another bad snap on the extra point, but Goldman, a 10-yard pass to Haynes for a touchdown, 5:21 left in the third quarter. We're at 40-14. That's the score heading into the fourth quarter. On the first play of the fourth quarter, Byers, a 1-yard touchdown run for the Jackets, making it 47-14. Then Crane to McGee, a short time thereafter, 61-yard touchdown pass and run for Franklinton. Jackets lead cut to 47-21 with 11:43 to go. And then Mason Varese, as we mentioned previously, had a kickoff return that was negated by a penalty, but this time he runs it in from 77 yards out on the kickoff. No yellow hankies on the field, but yet another bad snap, and the Jackets go up 53-21. Austin, a 36-yard run for Franklinton with 2:51 left, 53-28, and that is our final score. Great play in the fourth quarter. Rancher Miller is able to stop a Franklinton running back. Franklinton going on at 4th and 2 from the Jackets 25. Miller snakes into the backfield and brings the back down for a 2-yard gain, giving the Jackets the ball back on downs.
All right, so that is how it would play out here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. You got something else, John?
Yeah, we do have our, once again...
Well, here we go.
our Livingston Parish freshman...
Middle school?
Freshman? Okay, middle school?
Middle school.
Junior high?
Junior high, yes.
Okay. Junior high football coach of the week. And finally, we're going to give it to Shakira for everything she does in the culture. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be Mitch Covington who wins it over Shakira. So Mitch, a 2-time finalist for this award. He hangs in there, and Mitch Covington is the winner of the Livingston Parish Junior High School Coach of the Week. And a shout-out. Prior to the game, had a chance to see the Jackets defensive coordinator, Coach Womack, and he said his family was going to be listening in the Woodlands near Houston, or in Houston, and so we give a shout-out to Coach Womack's family and the mom of Coach Beard, Miss Peg, listening, so shout out to her as well. Thank you, Josh.
You bet, John. All right, 53-28, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium, and we will take a timeout. When we come back, Mitch Covington will join me back again. It is the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. Back after this.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsignproductions.com are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, La Casa Casino, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Sport Clips, Buddy's Barbecue, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
No pay, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
It is the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet post-game show. Yellow Jackets improved to 3-1 on the season with a 53-28 win over Franklinton. Josh Ward now joined by Mitch Covington. And Mitch, you had a little, you said you needed 10 seconds. I'll give you a few more than that.
Well, you know, I was honored to win the Junior High Coach of the Week this week. I really thought I was going to be runner-up once again. But I'll tell you what, Josh Neal and the Southside Buccaneers were playing West Side. They were losing by 4, 70 yards away from the end zone in last play of the game, and then his running back, Aiden Scott, gets a pass out in the flats and zigzags through the West Side defense, and they score a 70-yard touchdown in the last play of the game to win 20-18. And I thought that was going to kick me back down to runner-up mode again, but John Fine tallied the votes, and I just edged out Coach Neal this week. But exciting win, Jackets win. I know Jubin Park won all 3 junior highs. Denham Springs Junior High won this week, so that was a good week.
Actually, you know, Mitch, maybe John Fine couldn't read his own handwriting again, so he may have just gave it to you because he forgot who he was supposed to give
That's
it to.
very likely, very likely.
But I actually did see that play. I think Josh had posted that video, and it was pretty unique. And I think they were down by more than 4, but like with so many going into the fourth quarter, they were down.
Well, I know they were down 18-8 with about 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
So they scored twice in the last 4.5 minutes.
All right, Mitch, as we kind of look at this one and dissect it just a little bit here, for the Yellow Jackets, you got a lot to be happy about here tonight. Between the two of us, I was expecting I was expecting a close game. I thought this was going to be a fight. I thought it was going to be a battle between these two teams, but Yellow Jackets showed up here tonight, and they started the onslaught early and just continued it all the way through.
I agree with that. I thought it was going to be a little bit tougher matchup tonight, and I've talked with some of the coaches sometimes during the week and kind of just get a feel for what they think, and those guys were expecting a tough match, and maybe it's just a thing that we came out and played really well tonight. Franklinton, I don't think is a bad football team, but, man, we kind of made them look bad in some spots tonight because we were really sharp. The offensive line had a super night. They did a great job. R.J. Johnson, Hudson Byers were running the football really well. Jean Goldman, I thought, had another very big positive step forward from the quarterback position, his second career start, and he looked really sharp tonight out there. And then defensively, we did a lot of good things early. The second half, I think Coach Womack was kind of tinkering and trying out a few coverages and knowing we got some passing teams coming up down the road in the next few games and maybe trying a few things here and there, and we quite honestly busted a few coverages. They had a few open receivers out there in the secondary late in the game, but those are things they're just working on and tinkering, and you can do that when you're up 28, 35 points because you've had such a strong first half. And so all in all, very good night for the Jackets and another win on the board, and a lot of players had good nights tonight.
Well, when you look at the offense and how it has continued to grow each week, and Coach Beard has talked about it. The Coach Caskey is coming in and coaching high school, and from the levels that he's been on, it's been very different for him. So this is a whole new venture that he's getting into, and how to coach the high school athletes. So as you kind of can see that, like everything just kind of starting to settle a little bit. And you talk about John Goldman and how he has been playing, coming in just his first start last week. I mean, the quarterback play has been there. Your running game has been there. It's opening up some spots down the field. You haven't really had to go to it much yet in these last few games, but that run game is opening those things up, and you can see it. And then when you put the weapons of Reese and McBride on the offensive side for you as a defense, you're trying to account for them, you're going to open up some other spots somewhere. So you kind of see this offense really starting to evolve.
You know, you made a good point about things kind of stabilizing for Coach Caskey and his offense. And, I'm not trying to make an excuse to say, you always got to, Coach Beard's talking about, next man's got to be ready, next guy up, man up, what he's got to say, and I can't remember what it is right now. I should be better with that. But we took a lot of injuries there early on. The Jamboree and the first week of the season, we got a brand-new offensive coordinator, new to these guys. Like, he wasn't on staff last year, so he's learning kids still, even though he was here in the spring. It takes a while to get things figured out. The players are trying to learn Coach Caskey. He's trying to learn what fits well with this group of young men and this talent we have. And then, boom, we start losing 2 or 3 offensive linemen in a Jamboree or the first week of the season. Quarterback gets hurt. Jerry Horn gets hurt in the first half of the first game this season. So we've had a little carousel of offensive linemen trying to find the right mix. Seth Bishop has been hurt at the beginning of the year. Now he's getting back, looks a little bit more healthy and 100%. We've rotated through 3 different quarterbacks trying to find the right mix. And, the last couple weeks, all that's been settling down a little bit. And we have looked much more efficient. And you can see the growth of the offense and kind of what direction we want to take it.
All right, Mitch, so now next week coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium will be the number 1 team in 4A in St. Thomas More. They're going to be coming in. That's going to be quite a test here for the Yellow Jackets.
They are defending state champions, and, of course, they're not in our division. They're on the private school side or the select side, however it's officially labeled. But they played a fantastic game in the Superdome last year with Lafayette Christian, and they got the ball back and scored with about 35 seconds left, driving to score, maybe about 12 seconds left when it was all said and done. But, man, they put on a show last year when they played us. The quarterback who returns this year didn't have to have a lot of open grass to find a receiver. He put the ball in great places. We had some tight coverages, and he was able to put it in there. And so I know this year, next week as it comes up on Friday, it's going to be a huge challenge. We were talking about earlier how well our defensive backs have played for most of the year. Well, they're going to have to step up next week. They're going to be challenged, and maybe the biggest challenge they'll see all year, because this St. Thomas More team doesn't matter 1A, 2A, 5A, 12A. It doesn't matter. These are one of the best teams in the state. They have one of the best offenses in the state, and it's going to be a very tough matchup.
It will be a tough matchup, no doubt, but it seems like one, and, as a former player, you could probably speak to this, when you have that challenge there, you'll go in tomorrow, you'll look at the film on this, you'll see what's good that you need to work on, this and that, but your focus will really change when you go knowing what you have coming in.
Exactly. The player's mindset will change. I mentioned in the second half tonight, looked like the fourth quarter really, we lost some focus, kind of lost a little bit of that attention to detail that we started the game with, but I can tell you this week coming up, that attention to detail is going to be there from tomorrow morning when these kids show up for film. They know who they're playing next week. They know that last year those guys put up a lot of points on us. I don't have the numbers officially right here in front of me, but St. Thomas More put a lot of points on the board, and last year we felt we should have played better defensively, so this year we're going to have to really be focused in and locked in on what we want to do and know our assignments, know our keys, and know our coverages so that we can put up a good effort next week.
All right, Mitch, your final thoughts on this one? I'll let you out of here.
Final thoughts are this is another of what this team has needed. It's a new look team. Like we've talked about since the beginning of the year, we have a lot of new players out there on the field, a lot of guys that didn't start last year, and now each week we seem to be growing a little bit more. The more experience they get, the more this offensive line. We've had about the same group for about the last 3 weeks now since Glen Oaks and then Liberty, and now tonight, same group of offensive linemen. The receivers are getting comfortable on where they're going. You can see the rotations have narrowed down from we saw a lot of people early on, and now it's narrowed down on who they can count on, who they can trust. We've seen Mason Varese and Sean McBride be used more and more on the offensive side. You made a good point earlier that Coach Beard said, early in the year, it's so hot, you can't ask those guys to play 90% of the snaps, both offense and defense. Well, now we're getting later in the year. They're better in shape. It's going to start getting a little bit cooler. We can use them a little bit more on the offensive side. They bring us more weapons to help get points on the board. So that's a good thing. You can see that on the offensive side and defense. It seems we've cleaned up a little bit. We had some issues in the run game early on in the year, but now we've done been a lot stronger on the inside and stuffing up the run in there. And so you see the team evolving, and you see them kind of building toward where they want to be at the end of the season, and they just want to keep growing every week.
All right, Mitch, good job, and we will see you next week. Go Tigers, go Saints, and go Jackets.
Let's get it done.
All right, Mitch, appreciate it. That will do it for the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show brought to you by Ralph Seller Chevrolet just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Seller Chevrolet located at 15015 Florida Boulevard and is open for your automotive needs. Ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts manager at Ralph Seller Chevrolet is Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. Yellow Jackets 3-1 on the season, 53-28 the final here over Franklinton. Next week it is St. Thomas More coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium. We'll be right here at 6 o'clock for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. If you can't be in the seats here, we hope you'll join us, and thank you for being with us here tonight. For Darren Ferrente, for John Fine, for Mitch Covington, for Lamine back at the studio, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge and on the internet at johnfineproductions.com.